Shabbat shalom, everyone. Welcome to another Shabbat class at Temple Kifarim. Classes are at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for those that may not be in the Eastern Standard area. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well as the second class. The first part of the class, we give honor and praise to the Most High, to the eternal power for whatever it is that we want to thank the Most High for over the course of the month, over the course of the week, or even today itself. So this is a time where we do so. Also a time to kind of encourage others that may be listening to want to come on as well. We'll put a link in the chat if you want to actually come on and verbalize it yourself. If not, you can post it in the chat and we'll push it for everyone to see and read it for you. So again, this is the first class. Please share if you haven't. Please like and subscribe. Please hit the notify button that lets you know whenever a live event is happening here at Temple Kifarim on YouTube, or any post videos as well. You'll get that before anyone if you hit that notify button. All right. So again, welcome. We're waiting for people to come in. Letting people come in right now. Shabbat shalom to those of you that's coming. Please make sure that you share, that you like. Shabbat shalom, Ab, Elder Metathias. Shabbat shalom, Geber Autumn.
Shabbat shalom.
All the panel
Shabbat
here.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
You all ready for another class?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
Like this one did. This is a 2000.
All right. So again, they're coming in. They're still coming in. People are still coming in. If you're just coming in and you have yet to do so, please take a moment and press the like button right now. If you can, please press the like button. Shalom, Zakena, Sakari. Shalom, Shabbat shalom, Boker Tov.
Shabbat shalom, Sister Sakari.
Right. Make sure everyone's in. All right, so again, this is where we give honor and praise. So we're going to give you all the opportunity that's on the panel to give honor and praise to the Most High, whatever manner you want to, whether it's speaking, whether it's, as Prince would say, singing, whether it is poetry, whatever it is. Let's spice it up a little bit, do something a little different. We haven't had any poets yet. And those that's coming in still, make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. I pass the floor to anyone that's on the panel that may want to speak, and then we'll go transition over to those that are in the audience.
Well, I guess I get this ball rolling. I give all praises, honor, and esteem to our Most High Creator for life, for health, for strength, for His love, for His Torah, for giving us a desire to live right, to serve Him, to walk upright before Him. I give Him esteem for my progenitors, for my parents, for bringing me forth, and for the love that was shown, and for in putting in me a desire to see others helped and to see others grow. And for my mishpachah, my children, for my late aim, may the Creator bless her memory, and for all the teachings that really came forth, and for that really set a great foundation for those that are here now and for those yet to come. For all that the Creator is inspiring and doing in all of us in this hour, and for definitely Shabbat Shalom, and just for the blessedness of the community and the love that we have for one another, for Prince Kes and for Princess Madaya, and for Temple Kefarim, and for my Beni Nasik Shama, Nasika Amuna, my babies, and for Bed Ma'azan, and for all that the hour is doing in this hour, for everyone on the panel, for Coach Autumn, and for Baby Prince Kids with his little bad self, and but not bad in the bad sense, but just really thankful to Yahweh for what he's doing in this hour. And it just never ceases to amaze me how the Creator is just always blessing us, and as we grow in knowledge and grow in the knowledge of who He is, like I say, the more you know, when you know better, you do better. And I just appreciate that, and for the open doors of utterance that the Creator is bringing to be able to have dialogue with others that are not yet walking, and I say not yet walking in this truth, that He'll allow us, and even as we pray that He gives us the tongue of the learned, that we may speak a word in season to those that are listening, and that it may be a word of healing, a word of deliverance, a word of salvation, a word of revelation, revealed knowledge. That's what revelation is, revealed knowledge. And as He's revealing Himself to us as His people, and not just the matter of who He is, but also who we are and who we are to Him. So I'm really grateful and thankful for what He's doing in this hour. And I'm thankful for the lives that He's causing to become a part of our lives, and for just the awesomeness that He's doing, and for new relationships, being able to establish new bonds, and for the growth and expansion of our mishpachah. And so I'm just truly grateful for all that the Abba is doing in this hour. There's just a great joy, a renewed joy, I should say, that I'm feeling. And I'm just truly appreciative to the Abba for what He's doing. I'm just excited about it, and the future's bright, and I'm looking forward to just greatness moving forward. And I love each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I know we're going to have an awesome and a dynamic class. And like I say, him that hath an ear, let him hear what the Ruach is saying unto his people. So Shema Yisrael. Listen up, listen up. Got some great things.
Abba, she's starting her stuff again, Abba. Sister Higdalia, let me tell you, yeah, look what Sister Higdalia wrote. She wrote Shabbat Shalom, Todayah for another Shabbat, Todayah for small letter Prince, Kezari Dar, then Big Malka, Hagadol Princess. She's starting again, Abba. What are we going to do with her, Abba?
Oh, you got to love them, Prince. You just got to love them.
Shabbat Shalom, Sister Higdalia.
But I yield. Shalom, beloved.
Toda Abba. May the Most High be praised. Starting her stuff again, Abba. Oh boy, the women just don't stop, do they? They just don't stop. They don't seem to get the message. We be trying to give them the message, but they don't seem to get it. Shabbat Shalom, Kezu. All right. May the Most High be praised.
All right. Shabbat Shalom once again, everyone. Those that came in, please, if you haven't done so, like, and subscribe. Also share. Again, this is the portion of class where we give honor and praise to the Most High for over the course of the month, whatever memory that you have that you want to give honor and praise to the Most High about. This is the time to do so. You may be an encouragement for others to do the same. And a link could be put up in the chat if we see that people want to come in and say it verbally. So just let us know. We'll send a link in the chat. All right. So I'm opening the mic for those on the panel again. And then for those that are in the audience, we will share it and we will read it. All right. Princess, you was going? All right. I'm about to mute myself.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Lekulam. Wanted to just give my Toda Rabbah to the Creator for allowing me to rise up this rising, to give unto Him His praise, for allowing us to make it to another Shabbat day, to another season that is coming upon us, another Gregorian month. Just thankful to the Creator for the life of my father, my Abba, allowing him to continue on even through the back and forth, the big and minor struggles of his health, allowing him to still be present here. I'm thankful for my mother in the absence of her physical presence, but always still binded to her through womb and spiritual presence. So thankful for her guidance in my life always. Thankful to my Ish for his guidance. Thankful to the Creator for allowing me to have an Ish with such great guidance and allowing us to grow in between those good and hard times. As life is always going to have different trials and tribulations and struggles, but you have to learn to walk through them together. Whether you skip, run, jog, whatever it is, crawl. But, ask the Most High to guide that path. So I'm thankful that we are in this together and that we continue to build towards this. I'm thankful for my, entire family, my sister wife, our bonus baby, my children or our children, and, just the growth of it all and seeing life in the differences that it brings. Thankful for my Beulah family, thankful for our school this week. Probably the last couple of weeks, getting everything together for school has been consistently just going and going. We're still not finished because we start school in about a week and a half. But I'm thankful to the Creator because He is expanding our school in ways that, we pray and we ask for. And, you don't know how or you don't know when the Most High is going to give it. But when He does, it's always at the right time in the abundance that you can take. And that's why we definitely have to be prayerful of what we ask for, because if we ask for something we're not ready for it and He gives it to us, we don't want to miss out on that blessing or misuse it. So I'm thankful that He has placed within our school the appropriate administrators, the Maureen, the Horeen, and allowing us to build together, to focus and make this process the best for our Yeladim. And I just look forward to the beautiful year that we have planned for our Yeladim, and praying that as we continue to pray, and the Most High has given more students and more families to come into us, that He continues with that, and that He continues to give us the strength, wisdom, and courage to continue this, because it's not easy. And I'm praying that He opens the doors for us to have our school building soon, and all the other things that we need in order to be successful. Say who?
May the most Total Rabah. I don't know why I kicked back with the echo that time. You were the only computer that was on, I believe. But may the Most High be praised.
It does that when we switch over or when the volume is still up. Welcome, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Right now, please, if you would, take the time to like the video, subscribe, share, hit that notify button. I'm going to read a couple of the comments, and please, those that's tuning in, go ahead and leave a comment. We'll read it. Or if you want to come on and speak it yourself, click the link above. The Bear Hagdalia says, I am thankful for being able to constantly grow in my servitude to the Creator. Seeing where you need to grow is an unexplainable blessing. Reading Isaiah 6:9-10 and seeing people fall away, I know growth is not a given. I pray my heart is always to be a better servant every day, better than the last.
May the Most High be praised. Total Rabah says.
Cain Sakari says, Cain, it is a blessing to present among you all. Thankful that the Most High is worthy to be praised.
May the Most High be praised, says Total Rabah. And Tara Thompson says, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Tara.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right.
Is there anyone else on the panel that want to present, or anyone present here that want to give thanks or honor to the Most High?
Hey, I like to go.
All right.
Shabbat Shalom, Mishpaka. Shabbat Shalom. I'm just grateful for getting through another week, another busy week as I transitioned so luckily back to work. It has definitely been a big transition. I'm only doing part-time as far as working at the school I work at here in Philly, but it's still a big change, especially with the baby and everything. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the Most High has placed people in my life, whether it be my husband, his family, his daughter, Selah, everyone that has come out to help. My other family in Ohio that comes sometimes, like my mother. Um, I'm just grateful for the resources, as I know a lot of women may not have these resources. So I'm thankful to have the family that I have around me, the resources that I have around me. I'm thankful for the strength that the Most High has given me to just help take care of our son. And even when no one's here, I'm thankful for the strength to keep going in those difficult moments. I'm thankful for my sister wife, and whenever we talk and her words of encouragement, I'm thankful for what she has done, bringing our son forth. I'm thankful for all of my beautiful family, and they're checking up on me even from afar. And yeah, I'm just thankful for my family and the people I have around me. That's an underrated blessing for sure. An underrated blessing. I'm very thankful, and I know it's going to be a great class. So Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom Lak. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah.
All right, we have the Bear Isaiah, or more Isaiah. I'm grateful for the Most High. I'm grateful for my family, especially my Ish, for always pushing me to be better. I'm grateful for genuine love and having another day to honor and glorify you.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah. Toda Rabbah.
All right, anyone else? Huh? Oh. All right. Abadon, Yamiyahu.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Today I'm thankful for the Most High for waking us all up again to come and serve Him on this set apart day. Thankful for His grace and mercy, as always, portions of His knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Thankful for the many different ways the Most High uses us to help others, many different ways He speaks to us and through us. I'm thankful for my Isha, my Yamdeen, beautiful families, my brother, spiritual leaders. Thankful for life, great health. Yeah, I'm thankful for those things. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah.
All right, we have Ishti. You want to go first? All right, we have the Barrett Yoel, and she says, Shabbat Shalom, family. I'm grateful for the Most High's love, grace, wisdom, and protection. No matter what obstacle that is thrown our way in lives, the Most High always sees us through. It's true. I'm so grateful for my husband. He's my rock, my teacher, and my best friend. I love you.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah.
All right.
Most High be praised. Did she say I love him? Wait. I'm so grateful for my husband. He's my rock, my teacher, my best friend. I love you. You talking about your husband? Vati, you talking about your husband? Ain't that nice? She publicly said, I love my husband. Ain't that nice? Oh, that's powerhouse right there. She publicly let the world know she loves her man. May the Most High be praised. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I like that. Don't hear that too often from the women, talk about how they love their man. It's cool. I understand. No problema.
Shalom Lekulam. Shabbat Shalom Lekulam. First, I want to give praise and honor and esteem to the eternal power, truly the creator of all things. Next, I want to give honor and praise to Mahorim for coming together and having me, and not just having me, but also molding me. And I'm grateful for everything that they passed down to me, through the good, through the bad. I'm grateful for all the lessons they've instilled in me so that I could be who I am today, or part of who I am today. I'm so grateful for their molding, and I'm grateful for having both of them in my life for the allotted time. And may the Most High Eternal Power continue to bless the memory of my aim, and may her works continue to live on, and her memory be blessed through all those that knew her and may not have known her. I'm grateful to be here to enlighten those that did not know her of who she was, especially in my life. Definitely grateful for, sleek out my allergies. Definitely grateful for my Ish, the head of our household. Nasik Rashi Shema. Grateful for his teachings, grateful for his leadership, and always grateful for his protection, and grateful for his guidance, truly. I'm grateful for just allowing us to grow together, truly. And I'm grateful. I can't put a lot of words right now because there's some words to me that are intimate and that are, that are intimate. So the things I am grateful for, he definitely knows and beyond. And I'm just grateful for this journey of life. I'm grateful, definitely grateful. For those who know me, they'll know what I mean when I say I'm grateful. And my journey, my life story, and all those type of things. But I'm definitely grateful, so grateful. I'm just grateful for the eternal power. I don't have anything specific that I had thought up. I'm grateful for his mercy. I'm grateful for his kindness. I'm grateful for him seeing things that we can't see. I'm grateful for his provision beyond what our mental, physical, and spiritual beings can even understand. I really am grateful because he knows all. So if he knows all, his very wisdom that we can read and get from our literature, or the wisdom and power we can get from one another or someone teaching us, is something that we should clearly hold on to. So I'm grateful for all the lessons. I'm grateful for all the blessings. I'm just grateful where he's taken me and my Mishpachah in our lives. So I'm grateful, definitely grateful for the Beulah family. Grateful for all the support. Grateful for, I'm just grateful for us being here for one another. It's like a co-autumn said, some of those blessings that others may not have, and not that we gloat in it, but it just gives us a reality check that someone doesn't have this. So we should be grateful for what we do have and do more praising and honoring and less complaining. So I'm grateful for the Most High's provisions. I'm grateful for him beyond words. Toda Rabah, Abinu, Shalom, Lekulam, Zehu.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabah.
All right. I don't see anyone else in the comments section. If there's no one else that's going to go, I'll go ahead and go. We'll give you all a couple seconds to decide if you want to go in the audience. All right. Well, first, as always, I want to give honor to my Ab and my aim. And it's good for us to do that, especially those that we're doing it towards, especially if you keep in contact with your Ab and your aim as well. Don't just do it and you're not talking to your father or your mother, right? But it's good to show that because it changes the dynamic or the stigma that is on so-called Black people. We don't give honor to our parents like that. And darn sure don't give honor to our fathers like that. And I understand why it's mostly pushed on the mother, and rightfully so in many instances. But I think it's important for us to do this. So I encourage those of you that's watching to do it. But I give honor and praise to my father and my mother for the life that they have given me. I give honor and praise to the Most High first and foremost, because if it wasn't for him, these things wouldn't take place. I'm thankful for my Isha for being on this journey with me, contributing to it, embodying it, seeing the vision within it, from the beginning, and just, helping to build it up. I'm thankful for her. I'm thankful for my in-law, my and the Most High, for AIM and the memory that she is going to forever have with us, the passion that she displayed, the many people that I didn't even know she touched as well. It was people that I was friends with, on platforms, different social media platforms that knew who she was too. So that just says a lot. If you have a message, put it out. No matter how great you are, no matter how low you are, put it out, because you're going to change and shift someone's life in some capacity. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the individuals' shoulders that I stand on, that came before me, and that's still present today. All the leaders out there, mentor of mine, Chief Prince Abulun, Morshaleen, please keep him in prayers through what he's going through, Prince Cass, and those before, Elder Metathias, can't wait to see his teaching that he's going to have December 14th. Is it December 14th?
Okay, December 14th.
December 14th in
North Carolina, Archdale, North Carolina.
All right, yeah, people going to get to hear his message and how he brings out his aspect of what the Most High is pushing him to do as well. So I'm grateful for all of that, and I say that I encourage those of us that's doing that to really show this to the world. For me, I like to say the spiritual, the mental, and the physical, because those things right there for me, what I see in our community, and mostly everyone in our community, is the bare minimum that we push in those areas. So if we can shift and build those areas, we can be better to the Most High, better to ourselves, better to our people. So I'm just grateful for the insight that the Most High has given me and continues to give me, and corrects me in the areas that I need to be corrected in, without harm, hurt, or danger. And that's what I'm grateful for the most, because the Most High can destroy those of us that believe ourselves to be things, and we just have to be humble and continue to grow. So I'm grateful for that insight, and I'm grateful for all of you, the family, because we're realizing this, we're growing in these areas, and I pray that we continue to push, and the surrounding communities, in the Israelite nation, those that are really striving. I'm grateful for those, because those individuals that's truly striving is the main reason the Most High is still remembering. Most High is remembering what he has set in place back to Abraham days, right? Is due to those of us that's pressing and continuing in righteousness. We have to do that. I'm grateful for all of you that are going in righteousness. Stay in your righteousness. So don't let anyone tell you that you aren't righteous. If you are, but make sure that you are. Right? So continue growing, continue striving. I'm grateful for you all. All praise to the Most High.
May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah. May the Most High be praised.
Pardon. Shabbat shalom, lekalom, family, mispacha. Today, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and praise to the Most High, Yah, Most High, internal power. I'm thankful for all of the leadership that I've had in my entire life, my entire essence. I'm thankful to the Creator for how much He has poured into me, and in the different ways that He has taught me different things. Here recently, I was doing a fast, and I can speak on it now. because it's completed in a sense. And so I was praying to the Most High for clarity. I was praying to the Most High, just seeking a closeness to Him. I cut my hair, right? And ever since the day that I cut my hair, I've been in a place of a rebirth spiritually. And I'm thankful for the Most High because He has continued to show me who He is through my experiences in life. He's continued to show me who He is just in everything. So, if I was to speak on what I'm thankful for, I'm just thankful for everything. I'm thankful for my Beulah family. I'm thankful for my immediate family. I'm thankful for my Isha, my children. I love you too, Joel. I love you so much. And I'm thankful for your support and your wisdom too at times, being, that pillar for me. So I'm thankful for that. But I'm thankful to the Most High for just continuing to give me the heart, the spirit to just remain humble. I've grown in so many areas, and I just look back sometimes. Sometimes, I just I spend most of my time just reflecting on how much of a hothead I used to be, how much of a, how inconsiderate I used to be, how I always put myself for others. It's just so many things that I reflect on in my everyday life. So I'm thankful to continue to be growing in certain areas, continue to be able to be a servant to the people around me in the ways that I can. Continuing to be pure, continuing to be, genuine in everything that I do. And I'm just thankful to be a part of what the Creator is doing. I'm thankful for my family, immediate family, beautiful family, loved ones, enemies. I'm thankful for it all because it all builds us in some type of way. We learn from every single experience that we have in life. So, I'm thankful for my spiritual leadership, spiritual Abba, spiritual mother, my physical mother, my biological mother, my biological father. I'm thankful for his absence. I'm thankful for my mothers, my biological mothers. But I'm thankful that the Creator used them to bring me into this world, because everything has played a part in who I am. Everything has played a part in, my existence, my essence. You know what I mean? And I would say at one time, the more when you're called to be a light, you can walk through darkness. You can walk through the dark areas. You can walk through these places and not be harmed. You can go into the dark area and say, "Hey, Satan, what's going on? What you got going on?" And that was very deep to me because, those of us that are called to be a light in the earth, we have to walk through many different forms of darkness. We have to be able to go through these different obstacles and trials and tribulations. You have to, you know what I mean? And it's all for the betterment of us. And we have to always remember that the Creator is always in control, So when He sent Moses to go to Pharaoh and say, "Hey, I want you to go tell him to let my people go," He had already placed it in Pharaoh's mind to say no, right? But that was a test for Moses. You know what I mean? That was a test for Moses, and it was a test for Pharaoh as well. So I'm just thankful that the Creator continues to remind me that regardless of anything that takes place in our life, He's always still the orchestrator of it. So as long as we stay in a place of humility, we may be able to see what He's trying to show us. You know what I mean? And I just pray the Creator continue to keep me in that place of humility, a place of genuine love, a place of peace of mind, and continuing to strive to be a peace to those around me in ways that I can. All right, so I love everybody here. I'm thankful for everybody here. Shout out to the elders that came before me. And shout out to the Yellow Dean that will come after us. I'm thankful for it all. It all plays in one. The Most High is a part of everything, and I'm just thankful for whatever He's doing, whatever role I have in it, and I strive to try to be the best that I can be in it. Zehu, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. May the Most High be praised. To the Rabbah. May the Most High be praised.
All right. We have let me go up. Okay. Chief Malak says he's thankful for the Most High for the added strength in His laws I'm obtaining in my everyday living. Baruch Elohim Adonai.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabah.
And we have Aim Katet Cecilia says, Shabbat Shalom, family. I'm grateful to the Most High for the power of forgiveness, which frees us from lives of self-depreciation and sets us on a path to truly living.
May the Most High be praised. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Aim.
I think the mic is passed to you. Oh, Shabbat Shalom too, Chief Malak. I see you said something to me. Shabbat Shalom to you and yours.
Shabbat Shalom. All right. May the Most High be praised. May the Most High guide my mind, my spirit, my body, my language, and my speech as I approach unto you, his people. May the Most High be praised. Well, this week has been a very strange week. Very strange week. You know, oftentimes we think we have matters under control. We think we can see down the road, but you can't. Sometimes you think you can see around the corner. You know, when you walk around the corner, you ain't expecting nothing to jump out on you. So many things have happened within this last week, but the Creator's allowed us to be victorious in everything. Those things that have come to a head this week, and I'm grateful. We been harassed through this court system by a certain Israelite female over and over and over and over again. And as soon as you think one matter is acceptable or over and done with, here come another situation. And it's a total fabrication, but you know, you got to go through the stages to keep yourself from ignoring the Europeans so they don't come and take you away. You got to spend money, you got to spend time, and you got to be diligent in these things because they keep happening. Sometimes people can get fixated on you so much that when they don't get their way with you, they decide that the other thing is what they're going to do to you. But I thank the Creator for bringing us through, for allowing us to be victorious in all the things that we've done, all the things that we do, you know, for fighting our battles for us before we even show up to the battle to do the fighting, for protecting us when we don't see the dangers that's lurking and seeking to do us harm. You know, today's lesson is going to talk a lot about how we fail in our service to the Creator in many instances. You know, but this is the time of day where we are to say what we're thankful for. And I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful for the portions of his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that he shares with us and that he shared with me, helping me to achieve and helping me to constantly and consistently learn the lessons of development that I too must learn. Grateful for that. You know, nothing is promised to any of us. And if you think something is promised to you, brother, I got something to tell you. It's not. No matter who it is, coming from your wife, your brother, your children, your parents, your friend, person you hold dear in your heart, don't expect anything from anyone. And anything that anybody does for you, consider yourself to be blessed. And just accept it as it is for the time being that it is. And then after that, just be thankful and grateful that you had that time and that you got that experience and that you did what you did. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabah. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We got a few more things here that we need to, address.
Queen Fatima says, so grateful for my children, breath of life. Hopefully I said your name correctly. Forgive me if I didn't. Breath of life, health, covering, genuine love, and consideration.
May the Most High be praised.
And then we have Kabir Hadassah, I'm assuming, right? Thankful to the Most High for expanding me through the joy of knowing him and increasing intimacy with him through increased prayer, devotion, and Torah study. Truly, Torah study purifies the soul.
Absolutely. May the Most High be praised. She got some more? Okay.
Thankful for peace that comes from knowing him and the intimacy of prayer and study, peace surpassing all understanding, and joy overflowing no matter the circumstances, finding presentness to be grateful.
May the Most High be praised. Shabbat Shalom, sis. All right, Chief Malak. Shabbat Shalom. All right. So we ready to get started? Somebody wants to speak? Iman, you want to speak? Okay. You got the floor.
Whatever. Shalom. I did forget. I wanted to give thanks to the Creator for allowing me to get to this part of my life where I didn't see it coming for years, but I was encouraged by my Ish and encouraged by others to pursue this walk, this path that I'm about to, I guess, venture out into the political realm of the politics of our town, our county. And I'm thankful to the Creator because when I first filled out the paperwork, I knew everything was just going to go smoothly. And I haven't, we don't really talk about this whole process, but every step of the way, it has been
hell.
Okay, it's been a struggle. It's you never know. It looks easy to do things, but part of it is when you're in a small town that is being ran by people who don't want to see you succeed, then they're gonna put all types of hurdles in your path. And so every step of this process, for me, filling out the first application to being denied for small little things that they, in my opinion, and I spoke to them about, were not trained for or aren't trained properly, let me say it like that, disqualified my application. And then to the next level where I had to, pay some fees and still didn't qualify because of the law or stipulation that is set on this town, but it does not, in actuality and the reality of where we live, doesn't really, the law doesn't really fit to the movements or the process of this town. It's really a law that's for like a city or state, but because what I see, and I feel like it's probably like this in a lot of small towns and counties, that if the people who are in the seats and they know these laws, if they don't fight to correct them so that they get equality, then it's just going to sit there, and only when someone has to go through it is it brought to the attention of others. And of course, I was told by the people who sit in these seats, oh, well, that's just what it is. That's how it is. And that's just how it's going to be. And I said to them, no, that's not how it's going to be. It needs to be changed. These laws were written so many years ago for our people when we did not comprehend. We couldn't read, correctly. And so, so the challenge has been more than just me trying to run for a position, but to even open up the eyes and the ears and the mouths of our people to speak up for ourselves, to read thoroughly, and to see the errors and to, demand in whatever way we can for them to be corrected. And so that has been a challenge because, in your mind, you look at our people and say, hey, we all want to be better. But in truth, everybody doesn't want to be better. And it's mostly because they don't know and they're comfortable where they are. And they don't want to be uncomfortable at all. Not even understanding that the comfortable where they are should be uncomfortable. And so, then I had to go through a third process. And that process was even more of a struggle because I had to literally go into the community and talk to the people and to hear some of the stories that we all heard when we went in there. It was really I won't say discouraging to my heart, but just heartbreaking to see that our people, the mental state and the emotional state of our people is still, in so many ways, still back from 400 years ago. Like some people is, even though they're young, it's like their mental state never woke up. Like their ancestors didn't teach them to fight for better, that we're worth more. And so now I'm at the last stage of this process. And I finally am over the hump so that now people can actually vote for me for this position. But I had to go through all of this. And I know that the creator did that for every reason I stated, mostly for us to be a light to the nations, for us to do the work. Because, people, it's easy to say, hey, I want to do this, or I want to be that. But it's not easy for people to do the work and then prevail through that work. And it wasn't easy. It was obstacles in a way, having to travel, doing different things, my father being ill and back and forth in the hospital, it stops us from doing things. And but I'm at this spot where now my campaign can begin, and I'm actually just humbled by the whole process. I'm excited for what the future holds, but I'm humbled because the Most High saw fit to take me individually, and us as a community, as a family through this process to see if we really deserve to even be able to say, hey, you're a representative of him. And in so many words, now you want to be a representative of your district. Let's see if you represent him first and foremost through all of this. So I'm humbled that he saw fit to allow us to get here. And I just pray that, if it be his will, that we win and I'm able to sit on the seat. But I'm also understanding that if we don't win, where I sit on the seat, but we still win because we are still in this community and we still have the reach, the arm length and whatever it is else to reach our people, to go into the communities, to be better, to show them better, to bring better, and to put our foot on the neck of the person that sits in that seat to make sure that they do the work, to make sure that our community becomes better. The battle is only because there are people who trust in this person. And the history of this person shows that his whole line before him were slave masters, were imposters, were colonizers. And even though he doesn't say he is, his works show that he still is. So it's our job now to, heal our people, to get them to understand that slavery doesn't just mean chains on your feet, on your ankles, and your arms, and around your neck. But it could be in your pockets. It could be in the physical way you live, and how you think mentally. So, I just wanted to say to our creator for allowing us to go through this process, because it's a new process, but it's something that's needed. And if it be his will, we prevail in the manner that he sees us prevail. So to our say,
May the Most High be praised. And that was her campaign speech, everybody. That was her Hebrew Israelite Shabbat version of her campaign speech. May the Most High be praised. She had to make it Shabbat friendly. That's cool. We understand. All right. So we're going to get started. Are there any objections? Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Give acknowledgement to the Most High on this day? Is there anyone else who would like to have the opportunity to thank the Creator for anything special? Look like we got a whole conversation going on over there. Somebody want to speak? Does somebody wish to say something?
The women are saying your hair looks green.
My what?
I'm talking to
Abba. Okay, Abba.
they said your hair looks green.
My hair looks green.
Yeah. The background, I guess.
It is. I have a natural green screen behind me, so yeah.
They wanted me to tell you that.
Well,
Those princesses.
I didn't dye it, so yeah.
Your hair looks green. That means you agree to get a whole bunch of money, Abba. Whole bunch of money.
And I received that. I absolutely received that.
Color money. All right, family. So we're going to get started. So let's see where we want to go first. All right. Oh, we got a whole lot of screens we opened. We're going to go with this one. All right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This is today's lesson. I forgot to put the heading and the title and everything on a lesson, but this is a portion of today's lesson. So you can follow along with this. These are my words as I broke down different points that I wanted to bring out. But the lesson will be coming from the book of Samuel's, 1 Samuel chapter 2. Remember, we started in 1 Samuel chapter 1 last week. So today we're going to try to get through 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to try to get through all those lessons from early part of the day to the end part of the day. It's a natural consistency through these lessons, through every chapter. It's a natural consistency. The flow picks up, the flow moves on, and the flow just keeps on running. All right. And it doesn't stop to around chapter 25. It's deep. But this portion that I want to bring out, which is the name of today's lesson, they did not know the Creator. Sometimes you'll be surprised of how people give the appearance of being so close to the Almighty. I mean, they do all their prayers, they do all the ritual things that one could do that we know of, but their essence is missing a major deal. And when your essence is missing a major deal, or the Father just hasn't turned in your direction as of yet, it doesn't mean that all you've done doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that, because he's still collecting that information. Your soul is still being built off of the principles of all the effort that you put into it. But what it means is that it's just not your time. And when your time comes, the Creator will let you know, and you will know specifically when your time is here. Sister Anita, are you in the audience anywhere? If not, we're going to get moving. That's what happens with a lot of us. We try to rush the Most High's hand when the Most High himself is not ready for us to move, not ready for us to grow, not ready for us to elevate, not ready for us to get out there and be who he has for us to be. He lets you know early on of the things that he's about to do. And he'll walk you through that and share those things with you, and still not be ready for you to do what you will be doing in the future. But a lot of us don't understand that. But then another part of the problem, situation, and reality, another part of all those things is there's a lot of us who don't know the Most High, who are raised up right in the house of the Most High, with souls that dedicate themselves to the Most High. And you would think to be that close to individuals who know of the Almighty, you would think that we would all be serving the Creator. But it's not true. And we're going to find out today in the most intimate way how there are individuals who can be that close to glory, that close to the King of all creation, that close to the true power and essence of all the universe, and still not know the Almighty. You would ask yourself, how? You would say, if I was in that situation, it wouldn't be like this. If I had that opportunity, it wouldn't be like that. But when your mind is not in the proper place and your efforts are not in the proper desire, then you will not be accepted to represent the Almighty. And in a matter of time, and that the funny thing about it is the matter of time, but in a matter of time, he will reveal to you that you're not proper, that you're not right. But it's up to you to take heed and listen. It's up to you to receive instruction and correction when the Most High is speaking. A lot of us can't do that. A lot of us can't see that. A lot of us can't hear the Creator when he speaks because we're not accustomed to the Most High's voice. And we're going to read today where this young man who was doing all these wonderful things in the service of the Creator was not put in a position of prestige and honor to represent the Creator because he wasn't called at that time. And a lot of us don't understand that. A lot of us think that when we decide and make up our minds that we're going to get right with the Creator is when the Creator decided to make up his mind to get right with us. And that's not how it goes. It's not. You can go in life for 50 years trying to walk in this way of serving this King and give all your energy, time, power, and authority over to it, and the Most High not be ready for you to excel to the position that he promised you 50 years ago. But a lot of us take it upon ourselves to think that we're holy, to think that we're righteous, to think that we're accepted by the Creator. And that's not how it goes. You have to wait till the Most High elevates you. You have to wait till the Most High moves you. And don't let you be born in the house of the Most High and go astray. Because then all you're waiting for is the Most High to demote you because you're not doing right. So do we have any volunteers to read today? We're going to be coming out of 1 Samuel chapter 2.
I'm pulling it up right now.
This is going to be a wonderful lesson today, y'all. This is really going to be a wonderful lesson. I can't wait to get started in this lesson. I can't wait. I mean, you got to get your expectations up because this is going to be a man, so much is about to be revealed to us. These scriptures is wonderful. And you know, the funny thing is that we've been reading these scriptures all of our lives. We've heard these stories 15, 20 times, maybe 50 times. We heard these stories. We never heard it like this. We never seen it put together like it never made as much sense to us as it's about to make right now today. And you read it, studied it, broke it down, and twiddled with it a little bit, and it's still like, wow. But that's okay, because see, that's one of the secrets of the mysteries of the Creator. One of his secrets is you can expose yourself to his teachings. And that same teaching that you exposed yourself to 5 years ago, you can read it again another 5 years, and you will see a completely different situation. 5 years later, completely different than the other two. Even if you go a week and then put it down and go back next week. Matter of fact, you can go an hour, walk away, go outside, jump around, come back, go back in the house and read that same passage again, and you'll see something completely different than what you saw just a little while ago. That's how the Most High works. That's how he is. But it's okay. And I know, I'm not a fool in this instance. I know that we are not presenting to you all the information that's able to be presented through this scripture today. I know this, But I promise you, we're going to be presenting to you some things that you did not see in the past. No matter how many times you read it, no matter how many times you broke it down and studied it. But that's okay, because we're going to get there. All right? So may the Most High be praised. May the Most High be glorified. And may you all begin the process of serving this King to the best of your ability. Let's walk after the Most High, because he's worthy of our praise. He is. He's the master, and we are the servants. All right. Now see.
1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 1. And Hannah prayed and said, my heart exalts in the Most High. My horn is exalted in the Most High. My mouth derides my enemies, because I rejoice in your salvation. There is none holy like the Most High, for there is none besides you. There is no rock like our Elohim.
All right, stop for a second, please.
Mm-hmm.
We got to pick up where we left off. Everybody know who Hannah was, right? Hannah was the one, she was the one who prayed at the door of the tabernacle in Shiloh, and the priest Eli came out and said, hey, get away from here, drunk woman. Don't be over here praying and you drunk, you talking all that gibberish at the door of the temple. Get away. There are some things I got to share with you so that you'll know. Eli came out at the door of the tabernacle, and he saw a woman who he mistakenly called a drunkard. But what she was doing was she was pouring out her soul to the Creator because of the abuse that she was receiving from her sister wife. She had a wicked sister wife. Her husband was a great man, but she had a wicked sister wife who had 10 children, and Hannah didn't have any. And Hannah was in grief and sorrow and pain because she had not produced any children to her husband. Therefore, she felt like she was suffering or being punished from the Creator. So when he brought her up to go to the tabernacle to meet with the Creator, as they did several times throughout the year, at least three times a year, all males should appear before the Almighty. So when he brought her up, this one particular time, she sat back, they chilled, and the men drank and all that type stuff. But Hannah was out at the tabernacle door crying to the Creator. There's other women who be out at the tabernacle door, and they were prostitutes. They called Kadesha, holies. That's what they call them, holies. But there's Kadesha, and it's a temple prostitute. And they would hang around at the door of the temple to get people, to meet people, and for people to do things like the priesthood or the Levites or people who was in the temple. If they were wicked, they would come out and they would have intercourse with these women and then go back. This is a fact. You can look it up. It was a place of reverence, but yet people did not reverence it in the manner that they should have. Called Kodesha. Look it up. So Hannah, when Eli first saw her, he may have thought she was one of them. Get out of here, you drunken woman. He may have first thought that she was one of those women who are trying to defile the place as opposed to somebody pouring out their soul to the place. But Hannah corrected him. She explained her situation. And the priest said to her, let thy will be done. Be it as thou wishes. And he blessed her. She went home and she had a child. And when she had that child, she brought that child after he was weaned from the breast 3 to 4 years. You normally, a mother would breastfeed the child 3 to 4 years. After he was weaned from the breast, the child was then taken to the house of the Most High, right where she was crying at, and turned over to Eli, the priest. As a servant to the priest, the child was. so that the child could learn the ways of the Creator, because that was her promise. She promised the Creator that she would dedicate the child back to the Most High service if the Most High would let her have a child. So this is where our story picks up. Now she's back at the house of worship again, and she's talking to the Almighty. And now, Seek, if you don't mind, can you read that again, please?
Okay. And Hannah prayed and said, my heart exalts in the Most High. My horn is exalted in the Most High. My mouth derides my enemies because I rejoice in your salvation.
She said, I rejoice in your salvation. Read on.
There is none holy like the Most High, for there
is none. Let's get that through our heads first, family. There is none holy like the Most High. Don't ever make that mistake and put anybody on equal levels of the Almighty. If you do that, you're wrong. All right? Read on, please.
For there is none besides you. There is no rock like our Elohim.
There is no rock like our Elohim.
Talk no more so very proudly. Let not arrogance come from your mouth.
Now that's very important what she just said. Talk not no more so very proudly. There are a lot of us who walk around boasting. There are a lot of us who are very arrogant. A righteous man would strive to control his arrogance and possibly alleviate it completely out of his system. It's very important that a man is in control of his spirit. Read on, please. Talk not no more of your arrogance. Let it not come from your mouth.
For the Most High is an Elohim of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
Now, this is so important because this here sets the tone of everything we're about to talk about today. For the Most High, El Shaddai, El Elyon, El Rakum, is an Elohim of knowledge. Da'at. He knows. He has that knowledge. He knows what's going on. And by him, your actions are weighed. There is nothing that you can hide from the Creator. No matter how hard you try to hide it, no matter how hard you try to pretend. You can come to the house of worship all you want. You can come wear your fringes all you want. You can go and feed the homeless all you want. But if your innermost being is not a pure light before the Creator, then the Most High sees you. And he knows your wickedness and that you're just pretending. You're just trying to cover up so that those who are onlookers will see and say, hey, this man's a great man. This man is a great servant to the Creator. But in reality, you're an imposter. You're a fraud. You want to give the outer appearance of a righteous man, but your innermost being is corrupt and defiled. That's the type of man we're about to be introduced to today. That type of individual, or those types of individuals. This whole chapter is about that right there. Let not arrogance come from your mouth. These individuals were so arrogant, they did things that belonged to the Most High. They took it upon themselves to partake. And it was wickedness found within them. She said, let not arrogance. We don't even know that she's prophesying about what we're about to get into. For the Most High is an Elohim of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. So the Most High don't care about your lip service because you pray 4 or 5 times a day. He don't care. The Most High don't care about you because you got on fringes. He doesn't care. The Most High only cares about what you do. Oh, say what you do. He only cares about what you do. And if you wearing your fringes and you wearing your keto, all your clothes, your begging, or how you dress, no matter what you're doing, the Most High sees it all. But if your soul is not a light, it's not pure, it's not clean. No matter how you fool man, the Most High will judge you accordingly. And that's the difference. So read on, please. Keep that in mind, family, what we just said. Read on, please.
For The bows of the mighty are broken.
Now watch this, because she's getting ready to go into a parable here. And if you're not following, you're going to miss her. Watch what she says.
The bows of the mighty are broken, but the feeble bind on strength.
The bows of the mighty, those who are strong, will be broken. But the people who are weak shall have strength, shall be strengthened. The only way that this could happen was if the bows of the mighty was strong, wicked people. But the feeble and the weak was people, their soul was perfect and right before the Most High, and he increased and made them strong. Do y'all see what's happening? She's going to give you a complete flip-flop. Now, the people, common people, are looking to the strong and the mighty and saying, hey, I want to be like him. I want to be like her. That's who they're looking to. But they'll step right over the feeble and weak, but yet they are righteous. They will bypass those people who don't have all those riches, but yet have a pure soul. They will bypass them, and they'll choose the riches every day. But the Creator is saying, Hannah's prayer is saying, that those who are the bows of the righteous, the bows of the strong, will be turned to weakness. And the weak men, but yet righteous, will be elevated and become strong. Strong what? Strong in the ways of the Almighty. They will become strong to a point where the men who were strong, who are now weak, will have to look to them for help and support. Read on. Let's watch, family. Watch. She's going to simplify it. Read on, please.
5. Those who were full have hired themselves out for bread, but those who were hungry have ceased to hunger.
Those who were full, the rich people, the executive, the diplomats, those who were full, the people you work for every day. Now, when you go to your job, the people you work for, that's what we're talking about. They were full, but they're going to hire themselves out for a piece of bread. They're going to become the slaves, and they're going to be seeking for something to eat at your table. But those who was hungry, and we're hungry for the word of the Most High, hungry for a righteous lifestyle, hungry to help somebody else. There's so much of a need in our lives, because when you dedicate yourself to the Almighty, in truth, in this world that we're in, your whole situation around you will be different. It will be completely different. So you'll be hungry, but you're going to be full. The barren has borne 7. Those who didn't have any children are going to produce 7. Read on.
But she who has many children is forlorn. The Most High kills and brings to life. He brings down to Sheol and raises up.
He brings down to the grave just to raise you back up. He will strip you of everything that you had if you didn't dedicate those things properly to him. If you didn't live the life that you were supposed to live, having these things, and you abuse these things, the Most High will take them completely away. And then he can raise you back up once you remember who he is and how you're supposed to live. This is a prayer from Hannah, y'all. Don't forget, this is only Hannah's prayer. Read on, please.
Most High makes poor and makes rich, and he brings low and he exalts. 8. He raises up the poor from the dust. He lifts the needy from the ash heap to make them sit with princes.
He lift up the needy from the ashes heap, so you can be suffering and in need, and you dedicate your life to the Almighty, he'll turn you around and you'll be sitting at tables with princes. That's how this king is awesome, man. Listen, most of us are suffering right now because we broke. Most of us. But this prayer gives you hope. This prayer gives you promise. The Most High makes the poor and he makes the rich. He brings the low and he exalts. So all of these things are found in the hands of the Creator. You don't have to envy those who have more than you. You don't have to be jealous of those who are doing better than you, so it appears in the physical world. You don't have to be envious or jealous of them, especially to the point where you just hate that person for no reason because they have something that you don't have, something you don't possess, or something you don't obtain. The Most High is saying, I can exalt you past those individuals. Just trust in me. And not a lot of us put our trust in the Most High on that level. A lot of us only put our trust in the Most High for what we can see, not what is going to be, because we're not sure of what's going to be. Read on, please. Let us know what chapter and verse you're on.
1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 8. He raises up the poor from the dust. He lifts the needy from the ash heap to make them sit with princes and inherit a seat of honor.
They inherit a seat of honor. That means they get a title of nobility. That's power. Read on, please.
For the pillars of the earth are the Most High's, and on them he has set the world. He will guard the feet of his faithful ones, but the wicked shall be cut off in darkness.
Again, dedicate yourself to the Almighty, and he will guide your feet. He will make your steps to be great.
He will guard the feet of his faithful ones, but the wicked shall be cut off in darkness. Verse 9. For not by might shall a man prevail.
For not by a man's might shall he prevail. It's by the Most High's blessings that's going to make the man into greatness.
10.
This is all a prayer, y'all, from a sister who was in suffering, who was in turmoil, who was being abused, who was being beaten down mentally, emotionally. This is her prayer. And it's wonderful how all the things, the goodness of the Most High and his doings can be revealed to an individual when their soul is in a certain condition. When you're walking in the streets every day doing what you do, you rarely even feel the presence of the Creator. But when you're in turmoil, you're in pain, and you're suffering, and you're really a servant of his, and you're crying out to him in the best of your ability, he begins to speak to you. Bain earlier said that he was fasting. He cut his hair, and he began to go into a space. Well, then in that space, you will be tried and tested, because the Most High hears you, and he's trying to do things for you. He's trying to elevate you. He wants to take you because he appreciates those sacrifices of that nature. He appreciates it. And we got to be careful, because Satan don't worry about people who ain't worried about pleasing the Creator. Y'all follow me? That's when the trickiest time comes in your life, when you dedicate yourself completely to the best of your ability to the Almighty. As long as you're a part-time Israelite, Satan ain't really worried about you. But when you go on a deeper level of spiritual development and spiritual growth, that's when all types of problems from the outside world seems to hit your life. All kind of difficulties seems to hit your life to make you want to turn from the Almighty to deal with these situations, to deal with these things you call challenges. A lot of times people say, you know what? I ain't never going to work again on the Shabbat again. I'm going to do what the Most High say and take the Shabbat to the dome and rest and learn and study and go to class and never go to work again on the Shabbat. And then all of a sudden you start getting bills from out of nowhere. You start getting pressures and tests and trials out of nowhere. And then one day you just get a little weak and you say, well, you know what? I got to go out here and make some money. The Most High will understand. That's not how it goes. That's just the adversary. Whenever you dedicate yourself to the Most High in completeness to the best of your ability, and you making the sacrifices like Bain made and he spoke on, the adversary sees that. And the adversary will begin to glisten in your life to cause you to go off that path, and you won't even know. Sometimes you will know, because that man was aware when that man decided to go back to work on the Shabbat day, although the Most High said not to do so. He was aware. Read on, please. Let's travel.
Verse 10. The adversaries of the Most High shall be broken to pieces. Against them we will thunder in heaven. The Most High will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to his king and exalt the horn of his anointed.
He will give strength to his king. Now, who is his king? Obviously, there's a king here in the earth. Most High said so. He will give his strength to his king and exalt the horn of his Mashiach. He will exalt the horn of his Mashiach. And I know a lot of us didn't even know that anything about the Mashiach was present in the book of 1 Samuel. But believe me, it is. He will exalt the horn of his Mashiach, his anointed one. Who is that anointed one? That king right here, the Melech. That's who that anointed one is. It says that the Most High will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to his king. That means his king is going to be in a battle. He's going to be fighting. And he's going to need that strength to overcome. People are not going to be willing to bow down to an Israelite king in this earth in this day and time. People are not going to be willing to follow just because you say you're the king. They're not going to be willing to do that. They're going to test you. They're going to try you. A lot of them are going to try to destroy you. They're going to come at you. But the Most High says, well, through this prayer, Hannah, he said that the Most High said he will exalt and strengthen the king, the anointed one. Read on, please. Now we're getting back into the story. We're ending up off of her prayer now, and we're going to get back into the story. She finished her prayer, and then we're going to deal with the matter of how her husband dealt with those things. But I just thought it was so powerful how she prayed, and she talked about almost everything in this chapter and the chapters to come in her prayer. Read on, please.
Verse 11. Then Elkanah went home to Ramah, and the boy was ministering to the Most High in the presence of Eli, the priest.
Now, we read that 1,000,000 times, but I bet you nobody even paid attention to what we just read. And Elkanah went home to Ramah, took his family, took his wives, and he left his son at the house of worship. And the boy was ministering to the Most High in the presence of Eli, the priest. This boy was doing what we do all the time, talking to the Most High, talking about the Most High, praising the Most High, living our lifestyle like we're doing, worshiping. And he was in the temple of the Most High, or the tabernacle. Oh, hell me, oh, he was in the tabernacle of the Most High, living a certain way. Nobody could ever say he don't know the Most High, could they? What would you think? You would think that an individual that's living in the house of the Most High, living a certain way, ministering to the Most High like we're doing every day, like right now, ministering the words of the Most High, you would definitely say that that individual knows the Almighty. And I submit to you today that all those things can take place and you still not know the Creator. They did not know the Almighty. They did not know who he was. But yet they went through the motions like we're doing right now. We in class, we got our fringes, we dress a certain way, we say certain things on the Shabbat day, we conduct ourselves a certain way. We are ministering to the Almighty. We open our mouths, we give reverence, we give praises to him, we give thanks to him, but we know not what we're doing. We think we do, but we don't. Because for many of us, the Most High hasn't introduced himself to us. And I know you think you understand what it is that I'm saying, but you'll find out later for a definite fact. Samuel, the prophet Samuel, the young boy, the young lad he was at this particular time, he was a child, he was in his youth. He did not know of the Most High. And when the Most High called out to him, he didn't know who was calling him because he did not know the Most High's voice. Just like a lot of us today, when the Most High speaks to us, we don't know that that's the Most High speaking to us. And a lot of times when the adversary speaks to us, We want to say it's the Most High because it favors our point of view. You know? And it ain't the Most High at all. But we won't find out until after we indulge ourselves in the dangers and the things that we thought was the Most High. We find out that all that calamity, all that chaos, all that turmoil is hitting our lives. And then we see. Watch and let's see what happens. Read on, please.
Verse 12. Now the sons of Eli were worthless men. They
Now,
did not
what?
worthless men.
The sons of Eli was worthless men. The sons of Eli was the reason why I named this chapter what I named it. They did not know the Creator. The sons, now Eli was the high priest. You would think that he raised his sons in the proper method to take his place one day when he departs. But the Most High saw them. We're no longer in Hannah's prayer. We're reading the reality of this book. And they say that this book was written by Samuel. That's why it's called the book of Samuel. 1st and 2nd Samuels. But his sons wasn't being raised properly. His sons wasn't a mirror image of him. His sons did whatever they wanted to do, when they wanted to do it, and they did it with no correction. Now, I would like for you, while we're doing this reading here, put yourself in the position of Eli and put your biological children in the place of his sons and ask yourself, are you guilty of treating your children like Eli treated his? Now, you're not going to get it until we get into like the second and third or fourth and fifth chapter, but it's going to be exposed to you in remnants and pieces, and maybe you can gravitate to it. Read on, please.
They did not know the Most High. The custom, verse 13, of the priests with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant will come while the meat was boiling with a 3-pronged fork in his hand, and he would thrust it into the pan or kettle or cauldron or pot. All that the fork brought up the priest likely would take for himself. This is what they did at Shiloh to all the Israelites who came there. Moreover,
So what they did was they were stealing. Because they were priests, they were arrogant. Remember her prayer, the arrogant? They had no humility about them. What they would do is because nobody couldn't do nothing to them. Do y'all understand? I don't know if y'all know this, but let me share this with y'all. If you was the priest or a priest, you was like a king. And if you was in the high priest's lineage, then your father would be the emperor and you would be a king. Now, a king has complete sovereignty. Nobody can do anything against the king. That's how priests were. Priests ruled the people. So Eli was like the emperor of a kingdom. Nobody could come up against the emperor. Only the Most High himself could judge the emperor. And his sons would be little kings. Those kings, all the kings ruled the people and had their way with the people. So these particular ones was very arrogant and boastful, and yet very rich at the same time. So when the people will be out making sacrifices to the Creator at the temple, the door in the courtyards, in the fields, they would take three-pronged forks, stick it down in the sacrifices in the pot, in the boil, or whatever they're making, take out what they want and eat it. And just walk off. And you better not say nothing to them because they got men that will kill you. They were very arrogant, disrespectful. That's not all they did. It was a whole lot worse than that. But these are the things that's building up to cause the Most High to say, they don't know me. You can be right in the house of the Almighty, performing all the rituals and services, and still not know the Creator. So look around, family. Look around the room. Look at the people that's close to you, that's sitting around in your audience right now today. 1 out of every 3 will not know the Most High at all. And then 1 out of every 10 will have a real intimate relationship with the Creator. And then 1 out of every 20 will be exalted in the sight of the Most High, where the Most High will say, hey, come to me. Everybody's not blessed with that. And just because you're in the Shabbat, you're keeping Shabbat, you're wearing your fringes, you don't eat no pork, you don't commit adultery, just because you do all those things, it doesn't mean that you know the Creator. And it doesn't mean that your time have come. What it means is stand guard, be patient, and still submit yourself to the Almighty until He calls you. Because when He calls you, there's no denying. Your life will elevate from that moment on. You ain't got to do nothing but walk in His truth. But the thing is, if you're not already living a certain way, He won't call you. So what I'm trying to expose to you, family, is don't give up on the Creator if you've been living your life for a long time doing these things, but yet your life doesn't seem to prosper. It doesn't seem to go anywhere. You don't seem to be benefiting. Don't give up on the Most High. Be patient. Sit still. He got you. Believe me. Because when it's your time, He's going to reach down and elevate you to a place of security and prosperity that He said He would do for those who trust in Him. So don't give up, family. Your life can be difficult beyond difficult beyond difficult. It's all right, because you know what you got to remember? You got to remember when that was a problem, it ain't no problem no more. You got to remember when that was a problem, but now it ain't no problem no more. When that was a problem, it ain't no problem no more. You're going to have a whole lot of problems in your life. But when you trust in this King, He will keep you content with life. He will give you what you need to survive, to make it through, to be great in your level of where you are. But when He's ready for you, He's going to do like He did to Samuel. See, Samuel was in the house of the Most High. All that action he was doing, all those things he was doing, none of it was giving him knowledge of the Creator. All of it was allowing the Most High to see what type of soul he had. And rather, He was ready to elevate him or not. Same thing He's doing with all of us. Satanism, people who practice black magic, they out there in them streets and they start saying, whoa, I did this and this is what happened. Immediate gratification. They go on through the back door and they begin to think that's the way. That's not the way to this King. That's not the way to the Almighty. So stop lusting after physical things. Stop setting your goal on power and might. Find how to be humble by nature, how to be passive and restrictive of putting your desires and your impulses to the side and walk in the truth of the Most High and let the Most High work in your life. But we as people, what we do is we want to rush what we want from the Creator because we want it now. Well, that's not what the Most High has for you. He's not moving you in that order. Therefore, we give up on the Almighty and we start walking in a different direction because we feel like this life with the Most High is not rewarding. I don't see it. Where is it? Nothing is happening. I'm not growing. I'm not developing. But what you are doing is purifying your soul, purifying your essence, becoming a better person, being more honest, preventing yourself from stealing. Open up your soul to the homeless, to the fatherless, to the weak, to the widows, to those who really need help and support. You're doing all that, but because you don't see where you're prospering, you feel like walking away from that lifestyle. You feel like you got to go out on the Shabbat and get a job. Or I got to work on Saturday because I got to feed my family. Your family is now the Most High's responsibility. And that's where you need to have a conversation with the King. When your family is suffering or financially or physically or mentally or spiritually, you talk to the Almighty about it because you dedicate yourself to Him. So He says, if you dedicate yourself to me, I got you. We can live our whole lives and not know the Creator. We can walk through all the exterior motions and not know the Creator. Well, a lot of people can't hang 30 and 40 years before the Most High does something in their lives. A lot of people need for the Creator to work immediately in their lives, or they got to turn somewhere else. And you know what that really is? That means you only in it for what you can get. That means you're really weak and you're not strong. That means you will never pass the test that the Most High has for you. Of course, we all want to receive riches and glory and honor and the wealth of the earth. We all want it, but we have to be patient until we're ready for it. I remember in 2001, 2002, I used to go out and look for land. And I used to take my wives, we used to drive long rides looking for land, trying to buy some land. We had the money to get it started. We trying to buy land. We go look at this land, that deal don't go through. I mean, we must have looked at least about 5, 6 lands in the last 15 years trying to acquire some land. It would never work out. Well, you get frustrated after what is going on, Creator? You said you would do this. Why is it not happening? 15 years of not getting what you're supposed to have in your mind because you think you're supposed to have it. 15, 20 years. A weak individual will give up on this life. A weak individual will give up on the Almighty because their real ulterior motive is only about financial gain, physical blessings, not the spiritual, but the physical. We fast, we meditate, we pray so that we will see great riches and honor. The Most High got a way of providing your needs when you need them most. You have to know the Most High's voice. You got to know him. And a lot of us don't. Now, Seek, let's go on, please.
15.
First Samuel, chapter 2.
Verse 15. Moreover, before the fat was burned, the priest's servant will come and say to the man who was sacrificing, give meat for the priest to roast, for he will not accept boiled meat from you, but only raw.
You see that? Give meat for the priest to roast, because the Most High won't accept boiled meat from you, only raw meat. We don't want you. You're not clean enough to do this. We got to do it. The Most High won't hear your prayers. We got to make those prayers. So therefore, you pay us and we'll go make those prayers. Read on, please.
And if the man said to him, let them burn the fat first and then take as much as you wish, he would say, no, you must give it now. And if not, I will take it by force.
If you don't give it to me, I'm going to take it by force. These are priests that we're talking about, saying this to people that's trying to worship the Creator. They're trying to honor the Creator. And they're not being allowed to honor the Creator or reverence the Most High with their sacrifices because the priests are corrupt. They're wicked. Read on, please.
17. Thus the sin of the young men was very great in the sight of the Most High, for the men treated the offering of the Most High with contempt.
The sin of the men were very great in the sight of the Almighty. We only talked about a few of those sins, but they were very great. Did you see what they said? If you don't give it to us, we're going to take it by force, which shows they were in control of the military. Do you know when the army went out, the priests went before the army, and the priests will be blowing the shofar and singing songs before the army? They controlled the military. So therefore, if you're telling a man who ain't got an army, give me what you got, he's going to give it to you because he don't want to die. He don't want to be beat up or beat down. He's going to, here, take the meat. It's cool. Now, seek.
18. Samuel was ministering before the Most High, a boy clothed with a linen ephod.
So stop right there, please. Samuel was ministering before the Most High, and he even had on the right apparel. See, this is all saying something to us. You can be dressed a certain way with the fringes and the clothing. You could be dressed a certain way. You could be in a house of worship. You could be dedicating yourself to the Most High in a special, intimate way. and still not know the Almighty. And still not know the Almighty. Watch how Samuel was exposed to the Almighty. What his mom used to do.
19. And his mother used to make for him a little robe and take it to him each year when she went up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice.
Mama didn't forget that's my boy. And Mama, although she didn't have him with her, he was always in her heart. He was always in his mother's heart, in her mind. She would make clothes and garments, and then she would take it up to him and give it to him. But thereby, while she's giving it to him, she's really giving to the Almighty as well. That's something that you have to understand. He was a priest. He was a baby priest in the makings. But when you give to the priest and the men of the Most High, you're actually giving to the Most High. And she was paying homage to the Almighty through her child that she dedicated to the Almighty. Watch this. Read on, please.
20. Then Eli will bless Elkanah and his wife and say, may the Most High give you children by this woman for the petition she asked of the Most High.
She was a beautiful woman. She never stepped outside of her femininity. Beautiful woman. Very humble indeed. Very, very humble indeed. Read on. Watch what happens. Eli said, may the Most High bless her with children. May he bless you, Elkanah, with children through this woman. She goes home and she started having more children. This is something deep, boy. Samuel has started growing already. He was a young lad at the time. He started growing. He's been in the Most High's house now for about 4 or 5 years and still did not know the Almighty. Someone would say, well, how is that possible, Prince? That you can have on all the outer appearance of a righteous man. You could be walking through the motions of a righteous man and still not be in tune with righteousness. Because when we do all the physical things, we're doing things that man has taught us to be accepted by man, to be in the audience of what they call righteousness. But those things that are most important to the Creator are things that you can't see with the physical eye unless you're looking at the effect of some of those things. Do y'all understand? In Isaiah 53, the Most High speaks about, is this an acceptable fast that you claim? To loose the bands of the wicked? Yes, that's an acceptable band. You can't see that except you see somebody releasing somebody from trouble and pain, suffering and turmoil and suffering. That's it. You can see what somebody who was living a certain life now are living a better life because a blessing has come upon them by your hands. Somebody looking can see how you benefit that, but they can't see the energy of the soul that manifests within you to cause you to do that. You have to be of a certain nature to do things of that level and that magnitude. And that's what a lot of Israel forget in our service to the Creator, that the most important things are the invisible things. Samuel did all the physical outward appearances, but he did not know the Almighty. Hophnies and Phinehas, Eli's sons, did all the physical things, but they did not know the Almighty. And you know they did not know the Almighty. And they was living in the priest's house. They were grown men at this time. Grown men. They was living in the priest's house, but yet they were wicked to their core. And you see that because it says the Most High, they did great evil in the sight of the Creator. But yet the Most High let them be in that place for so long. It doesn't make sense. Why would the Most High allow them to be in this house for so long, doing all this wickedness before he dropped the hatchet and cut their heads off? You want to know why? Because of a covenant, a promise that he made many, 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 many years ago to Levi, to Aharon. When he chose Aharon, he said, your seed shall be a priest unto me. He would have mercy and compassion upon them. And that's what he did. He allowed his compassion to endure for a long time. before he brought down his wrath. But when he brought down his wrath, he brought his wrath down expeditiously. And everybody in that household fell dead in one day because he said enough is enough. And then he's going to get a reason why he did it. Read on, please.
End of 20. So then they will return to their home. Indeed, the Most High visited Hannah, and she conceived and bore 3 sons and 2 daughters. And the boy Shemuel or Samuel grew in the presence of the Most High.
She bore 3 sons and 2 daughters. Now that was a woman who was barren. She dedicated her existence, her newborn child, to the Most High in a prayer. The Most High heard her words, gave her that child and many, many more. What am I saying? You sacrifice of your own to the Almighty, the Most High will overwhelmingly reward you. Read on, please.
22. Now Eli was very old, and he kept hearing all that his sons were doing to all Yisrael.
Now, at this point, it says Eli was very old. And all the stuff that his sons are doing to the children of Israel, he heard them. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to talk to them. Let's sit down, sons. Let's have a talk. Now, years have passed since the first time when you just heard about them stealing people's food. Years have passed. Samuel is getting older, and Eli is still in the seat of authority. Now, let's imagine this, because sometimes the Most High's wisdom supersedes and surpasses ours. Let's say when Samuel was a child and Eli heard about all his sons doing wickedness, and Eli didn't correct them, and the Most High said, "Oh, you ain't going to correct your sons? All right, bang, you dead, your son's dead, your whole house is in shambles." Who would have took the priest's office? All that time that the Most High was allowing that evil and wickedness to take place is because he was raising up somebody in his stead to take their place when he removed them out. So sometimes, family, the Most High takes a long time in your life to respond to you, to your good or your bad, because he's preparing something for himself. And you don't often know how you're being used by the Creator. A lot of us don't. Sometimes things might look like it's going real slow, but it's going perfect according to the Most High's plan. Watch this. Read on, please.
The end of 22. And how they lay with the women who were serving at the entrance to the tent of meeting.
What did they do?
Lay with the women who were serving at the entrance of the tent of meeting.
Now, who did that? Hophni and Phinehas, the 2 sons of Eli, was sleeping with the women, the Kodeshah, who was at the outdoor, the entrance of the temple or the house of worship. That's where they stayed. They would be out there soliciting themselves, selling themselves, prostituting themselves, and the Most High said that they were wicked. So what is that telling you in a slight none? That's saying don't go out and pay for some prostitute for sexual pleasures. But a lot of people will ignore that. A lot of males today in Israel will pay prostitutes and enjoy themselves, reap the benefit of releasing themselves, and say, I ain't got to get a wife. I could just pay a prostitute. There's nothing in the scriptures that says I can't. Well, here's an example right here where you can't. You shouldn't pay prostitutes. You shouldn't solicit sex, because Hophni and Phinehas used to do it, and the Most High brought it out as something evil. Now, Eli was very old and kept hearing all that his sons were doing to Israel, and how they lay with the women who were serving at the entrance to the tent of meetings. These women were serving at the entrance of the tent of meeting. They were selling themselves. It was that vile in Israel. It was that upfront in your face in Israel. And they priests, and they acting just like the regular people. They allowing prostitutions to be a thing for them. They stealing, they bogarting, they brodying, they getting arrogant. They acting just like regular people. And they did that for many years, unchecked for many years. Let's see what's happening.
23. And he said to them, why do you do such things? For I hear of your evil dealings from all these people.
He called it evil. Prostitution, he called it evil.
24. No, my sons, it is not a good report that I hear the people of the Most High spreading abroad. If someone sins against a man, the Most High will mediate for him. But if someone sins against the Most High, who can intercede for him?
Stop for a second. That what he just said was supremely powerful. Supremely powerful. And we need to hear that. He said, no, my sons, it's not a good report that I'm hearing from the people spreading abroad. And then he drops a jewel of wisdom that so many of us need to understand. If someone sins against a man, the Most High brings down his wrath and he punishes that individual for sinning against a man. But when you go out and commit idolatry, who's going to intervene for you? When you sin against the Almighty, when you don't share with the poor, the widows, the fatherless, those who are in need, those who are less fortunate than you, when you don't and you sin against the Almighty, who is left to intervene for you? No one. Except you change your ways and become a better individual from your core outwardly and not from your outwardly inwardly, meaning that you take everything for you. There's a lot of people who walk the earth that the Most High has blessed their hand financially. And they give the appearance as if they're helping people. But in all of their appearances that they're helping people, it's really about them, how they benefit, how they get to live off of your back. And you don't know that. You can't see that because you think you're doing something positive. But if you ever sit back and really examine the situation, you will see that that individual or those individuals are actually benefiting off of you, and they're not really doing the Father's work. Because people who really do the works of the Almighty don't care about the benefit that they get from you because they know that the Most High got them. I mean, sure, they want you to respect and honor them. Sure, they do. But they don't care about what you can do for them and how often you do it and when you do it. Those things are not important. They're irrelevant. That's a very, very powerful thing. Elohim will mediate for him, but if someone sins against the Most High, who can intercede? Who can intercede? Who can pray for them? And the answer is none, because it doesn't work that way. So therefore, don't sin against the Almighty. But you think they're going to listen? Let's see if they listen.
End of 25. But they would not listen to the voice of their father, for it was the will of the Most High to put them to death.
It was the will of the Almighty to destroy them.
Now the boy Shemuel or Samuel continued to grow both in stature and in favor with the Most High and also with men.
Samuel is growing, y'all. He's becoming older. So this is showing us that a process of time has elapsed. Samuel's growing older. These men have been wicked for a long time, and that wickedness is still growing. And watch what takes place.
27. And there came a man of the Most High to Eli and said to him, thus says the Most High, did I indeed reveal myself to the house of your father when they were in Mitzrayim or Egypt, subject to the house of Pharaoh? Did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to go up to the altar, to my altar, to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me? I gave to the house of your father all my offerings by fire from the people of Israel. Why then do you scorn my sacrifices and my offerings that I commanded for my dwelling, and honor your sons above me by fattening yourselves on the choicest parts of every offering of my people, Yisrael?
So what is he really saying to them? What is the man of the Most High really saying to Eli? And family, I want you, this is where I was talking and asking you to put yourself in the place of Eli and put your children in the place of Hophnies and Phinehas. Eli, he would speak to his sons and tell his sons what they're supposed to be doing, but his sons paid him no mind. And Eli never chastised or punished them for their disrespect. He just went on with his day to make his day easier, rather than to discipline them by action, by some course of action. He just talked to them and said, oh, they grown, I'm gonna let them go. Because remember, they're not boys anymore, they're men. Oh, they're grown, I'm gonna just let them go. One day they'll realize no, you gotta deal with that. And not only that, they're living in his house. That's the house of the Most High. Eli was the captain of that house. Therefore, they're living in his house. And they're serving in his office as little kings. If you have children and you just letting your sons get away with all types of evil and wickedness, and you got your daughters doing all types of pervertedness and doing things that totally, completely against the laws of the Almighty, and they're your children, and you don't try to correct them and chastise and deal with them through physical correction, not just, oh, you know you ain't supposed to wear that dress, cut her off. Stop being so passive and giving her the things or giving him the things that help him to do evil in the sight of the Creator. Deal with them on a more level where the Most High can see that you're doing your best to deal with them and to correct them. If not, the Most High will bring you down to the grave. When he destroys them, he'll destroy you as well. When he punishes them, he'll punish you as well, because you're not doing your job. You're the one who's supposed to hear the voice of the Almighty. You're the one who's supposed to be teaching them. You're supposed to be showing them. Through example, you're supposed to do that. But if every time you see their wickedness, all you do is speak out of your mouth, the Most High gonna hold you accountable for that. You still paying their tuition. You still giving them car fare to go do their mischief. You let them use your vehicles to do all type of wickedness, and you know what they out there doing. Come on, family. These are the types of things that we allow to take place in this day and time. Oh, well, what can I say? He lived downstairs in your basement and be creeping people all up in the middle of the night, back and forth. And you know it's an abomination. Do you do anything about it? Do you tell him, put him in his place? Do you correct him? At the bare minimum, you can say, don't bring them hoes up in my house. You marry them, they can come as them all they want. You allow it to take place. All the best you do is sit down and have a conversation with them and say, hey, don't do that, man. That's not cool. The Most High wouldn't like that. That's about the best you do. But what do you do to really get through to him or her? Or to them, hers, or them, men's? You allow your children to get away with wickedness, and you, because they're grown, they're in adult ages, you bat an eye, look the other way, and act like there's nothing you can do or say to them. You're just as guilty as they are. We need to begin to cut them off completely. I remember one time, one time I had a daughter. She was in the 9th grade. And I found a message in her phone where she said, I can't wait to get me some cucumber. In the 9th grade, I couldn't believe it. Hurt my heart. Hurt my heart. and I go to her and I talk to her, she don't want to change. She still want to be that little whore, doing what she wanted to do, little harlot. I put her out. You got to go. Get out my house. 9th grade, 10th grade, she had to go. She couldn't be in my house no more. Couldn't do it. So she left. She stayed with a girlfriend for about a year. Her girlfriend's parents let her stay there, which, they normally do. And let her do what she did. But I'm happy that now she understands that Abba don't play that. You can't do these things and live in Abba's house and think that it's okay. You have to bring down your wrath. Something needs to take place. And as I'm thinking about this conversation, having this conversation right now, I got some other children living in my house that I need to bring down some more wrath on. As I'm thinking right now, you created just that's how the Most High speaks. I got some more children that I need to bring down some wrath on. Because I got some more living up in my house, doing things like they choose to do and not things that they're supposed to do. But they're living under my roof, and it don't work that way. So I got some more cleaning up to do. We got to be mindful, family. The Most High sees all. And sometimes you wondering why your life is at a standstill and why things are not moving and escalating in a manner that you would like for things to move and escalate. A lot of times it's because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do with the yellow demon the Most High has blessed you with. A lot of times that's the reason. Because you yourself ain't doing what you're required to do by the Almighty. And even if you're a distant father, even if you're a distant man, reach out and see what's going on in their lives and try to direct them the best way you can to do which is righteous and not that which is evil. But what I know is a lot of times these children, they grow up, they get a certain age. It's not that they wasn't raised in his light, but the world has saturated them with other views and other understandings. And you being a parent, you love your children. And you wouldn't want to see your life without them in your life. But sometimes that's the way it's got to be. Because especially if they're living in your household. Our children are being cast to the wolves. And darkness is all up inside their spirit. They live like people in the streets. They wear them bikinis and all that stuff on the beach, just like people on the street. They go to clubs and go street, just like people on the street. They sneak women in and out of their houses, inside their apartments, just like people on the street. They do not represent the Almighty like they're supposed to. Well, it's your job to make sure that they do so. It's your job. And if you fail in the duties of raising your children respectfully to this king, you could lose your life when the Most High takes theirs. You could be held up in your spiritual growth because of what you're not doing by disciplining your youth, your yellow demon. Let's read on, please.
Therefore, verse 30, therefore the Most High, the Elohim of Israel, declares, I promise that your house and the house of your father should go in and out before me forever. But
hold it, wait a minute. Now seek you ready to say something. Back that up and start in the beginning of that verse again. Verse 30 says what? What the Most High promise was? What was his promise?
Therefore, the Most High, the Elohim of Israel, declares, I promise that your house and
he said, I promised.
Yep.
Past tense. Say what?
That your house and the house of your father should go in and out before me forever.
He said, I promise that your family's house, your father's house, will go in and out before me. How long?
Forever.
Forever. But a vow.
But now the Most High declares.
Oh, it sounds like he changed his mind.
Changes his mind.
Did he change his mind?
Without a doubt.
Did he say something different here?
Without a doubt.
He said, this is what I promised. But now, what are you going to do now?
The Most High declares, far be it from me. For those who honor me, I will honor.
He
And
says,
those-
I ain't doing that no more.
Okay.
I'm not having compassion, letting you get by, letting you sneak by and act like ain't nothing happened. He says, if you don't honor me, I'm not honoring you. Those who honor me, I will honor. But those who don't, I'm going to cut them off. We got to have a mind like the Creator. Those who honor us, what was I talking about? Your children in your household, the ones you raised up, the ones you taught, they're not honoring you anytime they sneaking women in and out of their house. And it's not good. They're very disrespectful. But yet, because they're your blood, you don't want to let them go. Believe me, I learned the hard way. Hurt my heart. My daughter was in the 9th grade, and I had to cut her off because I didn't want to be cut off. And she didn't want to change her ways. So now I got some more I got to go home and talk to get them straight. Most High says, if you don't honor me, I will not honor you. Read on, please.
31. Behold, the days are coming when I cut off your strength and the strength of your father's house, so that there will not be an old man in your house.
He said, I will cut off your strength and the strength of your father's house, so that there will not be an old man. You're the oldest one. He's going to be 90-something years old before he passes. I think it's 93 before he passes. Eli was like 93 before he passed, and the Most High cut him off. But this is all the time that he's making this covenant. 40 years going to go past before he bring down and drop the bomb on them and bring down his wrath. He's going to be 90-something years old before he passed. The Most High let all that time elapse. Why? Because he's building something else to replace you with. Read on, please.
32. Then in distress you will look with envious eye on all the prosperity that shall be bestowed on Yisrael, and there shall not be an old man in your house forever.
Stop for a minute. There will not be, the Creator promised him, because of your sin, there will not be an old man in your house. For how long? Leolam wa'ed. Forever. Now I want to bring a story to y'all mind so that y'all will know. You remember the man named Ahitub? Anybody know who Ahitub was? Ahitub the priest? The one that gave King David the showbread? I believe his name was Ahitub. He was a young man. He wasn't that old. And because he gave the showbread, he lost his life. No. He lost his life because of the covenant that you just heard. He was a descendant of Eli. He was in that lineage. He was that bloodline of Eli. And he did not do what he was supposed. He did his best, but the Most High had promised that there would not be an old man in his lineage to come for a long time. He gave David the showbread. Saul came in and slew all of the priesthood. Why? Because the Most High had promised Eli that because of his sin, and his sin was directly related to his children, he would take that out on his bloodline for many years to come. So family, why am I pointing that out? Because oftentimes through your actions right now in this physical form, you can bring curses upon your generations to come that you don't even know right now. Just as Eli did. Because of his not committing himself and obeying the truth of the Most High to the best of his ability, his children's children's children suffered. Now, you might look around right now at your life and say, why is my life thus and thus and thus? A lot of times your life is thus and thus and thus because of what your grandfather, your grandfather's grandfather or grandfather did, and the Most High cursed his seed. But you can reverse that. You know how you can reverse it? You can be extra, extra with the Almighty, and the Most High can remove you from that cursed lineage. And a lot of us are in that position and don't even know it. Because our great-grandfathers were some wicked, evil, sorcerous, conniving people. And now we're born in this life from what our forefathers did a long time ago. Look at us today. We're suffering because of the sins of our forefathers, Israel, what they did back in the Holy Land by practicing idolatry. They wanted to bring all those statues and images in and say, this is the creator that brought you out of Egypt. We practice all these different things back then. And the Most High is still punishing us today as a result of what they did so many years ago. So why is it so hard for you to see that your children's children's children can be punished for your sins today? This is deep. It really is. This is why a man is supposed to live the best life that he possibly can, to be as pleasing to this king as possible. Because you don't understand, it doesn't just affect your life. It affects your life through your generations to come. You know why? You know why it affects your generations to generations to generation? Because somewhere in that generation, your spirit is going through. It's going to be reborn. It's going to be down in that genealogy somewhere in your generation years from now. One of those people, they're going to have your spirit. It's going to be reborn in the earth right there with one of those children. And then that child is going to pass on and that spirit going to come back again. Why can't you see that? So therefore, they have to pay the price. But somewhere down in that spirit, somewhere down in that action, it can all be reversed. And that might be why the Most High is calling you right now to his service, to give you the opportunity to reverse the curse that has been placed on your family so many years ago. If your mom practiced witchcraft, if your great-grandmother practiced witchcraft, sorcery, if your great-grandfather was a warlock or a witch, practiced voodoo and Hinduism and all that type stuff, if your great-grandfathers and you got that knowledge, then it just may be that the Creator is trying to give your family, your bloodline, an opportunity for redemption right now. How many of you can see that? How many of you can even understand the magnitude that that man's spirit travels and travels and travels through his genealogy? The Most High is a merciful king. And you may be sitting in this audience right now as a result of the Most High's mercy. All he's saying is serve me. Deny those idols. But yet you keep holding on to it. You keep holding, oh, I can't let it go. No. He speaks to your soul. You know the struggle that you're having. The war is within. You know this. The Most High is pleading with you. He's giving you an opportunity to change the curse that has been on your family for decades and decades and decades, centuries even. But you refuse to let it go. In some cases, millenniums. Oh, I just can't do that. So keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. And your generation is going to be struggling with that same curse for many years to come. Because this is your opportunity to lift that burden, lift that curse, and bring your family some integrity in the spiritual realm. Read on, please.
33. The only one of you whom I shall not cut off from my altar shall be spared to weep his eyes out, to grieve his heart. And all the descendants of your house shall die by the sword of men.
All the descendants of your... Did Saul go kill Eli's sons? Saul went and killed them, didn't he? Ahitub was cut down, and all the priesthood that was there with him was all destroyed. It was but one. What was that one man's name that escaped and ran to Dawid? And Dawid saved him and brought him in his house.
Got his name.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but he was the one that got away. All of the priesthood was being killed and destroyed and ravished because of what Eli did so many years ago. And you can have the same effect on your generations to come. Keep playing with this king, and your curse is going to be a lot stronger than you could ever imagine. Read on, please.
34. And this that shall come upon your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, shall be the sign to you. Both of them shall die on the same day.
Both of them what?
Shall die on the same day.
Now, this was like 40 years before they actually died. So the Most High gave that into his mind for 40 years. He watched a decline in his life for 40 years. From being on top of the world to now out in the streets begging for bread before that great calamity took place. Watch this. Read on, please.
35. And I will raise up for myself a faithful priest.
What are you going to do?
Raise up for himself a faithful priest.
And that's why it took so long, because he was raising up someone to take your place. He called it a faithful priest. And when Samuel was old enough, Eli and Phinehas died. And guess what? Samuel took over. So Samuel was at least 50 years old at this time. He took over and became the priest, the high priest in those days, to run and rule the nation of Israel. When Samuel used to come in town, people didn't like Samuel. They didn't like him. He was a party pooper. He stopped them from having any fun. Samuel would come in town, the whole house get on alert. What's the problem? Why he here? What's going on? If people don't feel like that about you, then something's wrong. If people, average people, don't feel, yo, we got to get this right, man. He's coming. Hey, oh, did you hear him? When he hear what he said? Oh, man, we're going to find out when he get here. If people don't feel that way about you, then you're not so walking so strict and into the laws of the Almighty as you might think you are. If people have open arms and so inviting for you to come to all their parties, all their events and all their functions, and you're a man, and when you get to these events and functions and parties, everybody drinking and smoking and sexing and all that type of stuff, if those things are happening, then you ain't as righteous as you think you are. Think, family. Think. The people who remind them of their sin, they don't want around. They don't want those kind of people around. But the people who act just like them, like Hophni's and Phinehas, they could go to all the parties because they're wicked. You are not supposed to be that way. You are not supposed to fit in with everybody in society. You ain't supposed to be like that. Think about it, family. When Satan come to the party, everybody happy. When Samuel comes to the party, people get scared. Who you gonna kill today? They ain't worried about Satan killing nobody because they acting like, say, party over here, party over, yeah. Pass the blunt. Hey, what's up, shorty? What's your name? Come on, I got a little room in the back. They getting it in. They being free. They having fun. And as soon as Nasik Shema walk up in the joint, niggas get like this.
I don't even get invited.
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Yo, why is he here? Who gave him an invitation? Yo, didn't I tell you don't get him out? They don't like that type stuff. No, I'm telling you the truth. This is the way it is. Anybody who reminds them of the life that they're supposed to be living will get excluded from their slaughterhouses that they present as a party or a function or whatever it is. If you walk in that straight and narrow path, people don't want you. You're boring. You're a party pooper. They want to get high. They want to drink. They want to eat chicken. They don't want you telling them that chicken is unclean. You ain't supposed to eat chicken. They don't want you telling them that. You starting that stuff. Why you can't just come and sit down and enjoy the party, man? The music bumping. We got all these pretty girls. We got the best ganja. Drink. Be happy. Put some spirits up in you. Read on, please.
35. And I will raise up for myself a faithful priest who shall do according to what is in my heart and in my mind.
Not according to your own mind, but according to the mind of the Creator.
And I will build him a sure house, and he shall go in and out before my anointed forever. And everyone who is left in your house shall come to implore him for a piece of silver or a loaf of bread, and shall say, please put me in one of the priest's places, that I may eat a morsel of bread.
So those people who he get ready to kick out, they're going to come and say, please give me a little piece of bread so I can eat. Why? Because their house has been destroyed. The Most High took them from up here and put them on the streets where they had to beg for bread now. That was never known in the priesthood. The people brought food to the priest. They offered it to the Most High, and the priest ate it. The priest consumed it. The Most High is saying, if I'm not with you, you will suffer. Your people, your children, your descendants will be in the streets begging for bread. And that young man ran to Dawid begging for bread, looking for safety, looking for a covering, looking for some security. Read on, please.
Chapter 3.
Yes.
Now the boy Shemuel was ministering to the Most High in the presence of Eli, and the word of the Most High was rare in those days. There was no frequent vision.
Now, I need y'all to understand that. We got a high priest who's ruling, but yet the scriptures say the word of the Most High was rare. Why wasn't that high priest receiving the words of the Most High to give to the people? Because he was wicked. His life was on a decline. He wasn't in his full array like he used to be. So the Most High can have you in position and you not be serving him like you're supposed to. He'll let you know from the way he deals with you. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I pray that you do. Samuel was a boy, young boy, maybe 18, 19, 20, 30, 40 years old. He was growing. He was a young man. And he ministered before Eli all of his days up until his 30s, 40s. And the word of the Most High was rare in those days. There was no frequent visions. Something was wrong. Because we had men in the Most High's house, but yet the Most High wasn't convening with them like he would if it was a Moses. Because these men were wicked. So what is that saying about your houses of worship? Just because you have a house of worship established don't mean that the Most High is pleased with what's going on there. It don't mean that the Most High's word is being spoken there. Anybody can stand up and teach, but it takes a special individual to invite the presence of the Most High in his speaking. Special individual. Read on, please.
2. At that time, Eli, whose eyesight had begun to grow dim so that he could not see, was lying down in his own place. The lamp of the Most High had not yet gone out, and Shemuel was lying down in the temple of the Most High, where the ark of Elohim was.
At this time, Samuel did not know the Most High. Eli did not know the Most High. Hophnies and Phinehas definitely did not know the Almighty. But guess what? They was in the house of the Most High. They was fully decorated and dressed up with all the proper attire. Samuel had on a kippah, an ephod, gold, a linen ephod. He had on a linen ephod. They actually thought that they knew the Almighty, but they didn't. They didn't. Because when the Most High spoke to them, they couldn't even hear him. That's how you know they didn't know him. Read on, please.
Verse 4. Then the Most High called Shemuel, and he said, Here I am. And ran to Eli and said, Here I am, for you called me. But he said, I did not call. Lie down again. So he went and lay down.
Stop for a second. There's my proof. Then the Most High called to Shemuel. He said, Shemuel. He runs to Eli in the next room because he thought Eli called him. So family, what am I saying? A lot of times, if you don't know how the Most High speaks with you, or you don't recognize the voice of the Most High, you'll think you're getting something that you're not getting. You'll think you're hearing something that you're not hearing. And it's all because you're not in tune with who you are and your relationship with the Almighty. A lot of people say, I got to wait till I hear from the Creator on this decision, but you don't even know how the Most High sound. I mean, I applaud you for saying I'm going to take it to the Almighty and wait and see what he says, but you won't even hear his voice when he speaks because you can't recognize his voice. Samuel was in the house of the Most High, being raised up to be a priest, and he didn't understand the Most High's voice when the Most High spoke to him. So what makes you think you any different? Because you older? That makes it even worse. Because a child is more receptive toward learning than an adult. And when you learn, it's called cognitive dissonance. When you learn as an adult, you blot off things that you create within your own mind something that is not real. You create a persona that this is the Most High's voice, and it ain't the Most High's voice. And no matter how many times what you created to say that that's the Most High voice, no matter how many times it show you that it ain't the voice of the Most High, you just say, oh, well, it wasn't ready yet. Oh, I know what it said, but it wasn't true. But when you learn the Most High's voice, it's undeniably spoken to you. You will know it. Samuel had to be taught his first time how to understand it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can understand when the Most High speaks to you, if he chooses to speak to you this way, because the Most High speaks to different individuals in different ways, depending on who you are and what you're most acceptable to. Oftentimes, when the Most High speaks to you, if you're of this level caliber, and he speaks to you in a dream, it will be unlike any other dream that you had. That's the first thing you can look at. It will be so real that you could smell the air and taste the water. It will be unlike any other dream you had. But when you wake up, you won't have to try to remember it. And the message of the dream will still be in your spirit, in your essence. And it will be like a fire inside of you. The essence of the dream, what it was all about. And you will get up from that bed and you will begin to say, yo, this is what I got to do. And you'll go do it and you'll see, you'll prosper, you'll grow, it'll develop. And you will know immediately that you heard the voice of the Almighty. When you hear that, write down what took place. Take a note of it, how it happened and what you felt and what you experienced and what the results of it were. Take a note of it so that the next time, and it might not be for another 5 years, but the next time when the Father speaks to you, you'll know. I remember one time, me and my partner, Larry Frazier at the time, we was doing some plumbing work in the basement where we was ranging gas pipes, and we was putting gas pipes all through the ceiling. We had 3 apartments and we was putting gas pipes in for each apartment. And we was trying to figure out how to do it. So we figured it all out and we did it. We was done. That night I went home and went to sleep. And in my dream, the Creator visited me and told me, you did that wrong. What you mean I did it wrong? Huh? What? You did that wrong. You hooked up 2 apartments to 1 gas line and you weren't supposed to. What would make me, in my mind, think that that actually happened is beyond me. We did what we understood to be right and we took our time. We wasn't rushing. The next morning I got up to go see if that dream, that vision, that whole reality thing that I was in was really the Most High talking to me, telling me I could have killed some people. So we go to the basement and we examine the pipes, and lo and behold, exactly what was said in the dream was exactly what I did wrong. So we had to correct that, and we fixed it. May the Most High be praised. That's just an introductory of the Most High speaking to you in your inward parts. You'll know. And I'm sure you all got some stories that you can talk about. Those of you who know and recognize how the Most High speaks with you. I'm sure you got some stories that you can talk about. Maybe you'll do that during the break. Read on, please.
I was muted, slightly. Verse 6, and the Most High called again Shemuel. And Shemuel rose and went to Eli and said, here I am, for you called me. But he said, I did not call, my son. Lie down.
You, Samuel, don't know the Most High's voice yet, but yet he been in the service of the Most High all them years. There are so many spiritual leaders out here today that they don't know nothing about the Most High's voice. But you let them tell it. Read on, please.
7, now Shemuel did not yet know the Most High.
What did it say? What did it say?
Shemuel did not yet know the Most High.
All that time, all that ministry, all that work, and he did not know the Most High. So what makes you think that your life is so much different? I mean, ask yourself that question, really, family. What makes you think that you know the Most High today with the bare minimum of serving him to the level that you do? Read on, please.
And the word of the Most High had not yet been revealed to him.
It had not yet been revealed to Samuel. But he'd lived in that house for so long. He wore all those clothes. He wore all those fringes. He was preparing and conditioning himself. One day, he knew that he would represent the Almighty. And when that word was revealed to him, it took off from that moment forward. But don't put yourself in position that you're not supposed to be. And I believe somebody mentioned that earlier. I think that was Nasik mentioned that in his thanks to the Creator about individuals putting themselves in positions that they don't deserve, that they're not supposed to be in, that the Most High hasn't called you to be in yet. But a lot of us do it. A lot of us I'm a prince. I'm the moray. I'm the leader. Oh, I'm the king. A lot of us have no shame in doing that. Or I'm a husband, and you haven't even earned the right to be a husband. You're just abusing a young lady. That's all you're doing. Don't rush to these places until the Most High calls you. And when the Most High calls you, it's not going to be a question about whether the Most High is calling you or not. He will elevate you. He will move you down. You can be a prince today and a peasant tomorrow. Believe me, it's true. Read on, please.
8, and the Most High called Shemuel again the third time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, here I am, for you called me. Then Eli perceived that the Most High was calling the boy.
Eli finally figured it out. Wait a minute. That's the third time. Remember that, y'all. And then number 3 is powerful. Oh, wait a minute. That's the Most High calling you. Okay. Next time he call you, this is what you do.
Verse 9, therefore Eli said to Shemuel, go, lie down. And if he calls you, you shall say, speak, O Most High, for your servant hears. So Shemuel went and lay down in his place.
Oh, look how he taught that young boy how to speak and represent the Almighty and give honor and praise. Speak, Yotzer, for your servant hears. What is your wish, my master? Read on.
11, then the Most High said to Shemuel, behold, I am about to do a thing in Yisrael at which the 2 ears of everyone who hears it will tingle. On that day, I will fulfill against Eli all that I have spoken concerning his house.
Now, can you imagine the Creator getting ready to bring wrath upon your father? Getting ready to bring wrath upon your father, and you got to be the one to tell him? Because that's how this was. Eli was a father to Shemuel. He was raised up in Shemuel's house from his youth to the young man that he is. The Most High, remember, a long time since anybody heard the word of the Most High. And we had a house of worship. And we had a priesthood established. And we had priests in order. but nobody heard the word of the Almighty. So now Samuel's going to hear it, but it's going to be something against the man who raised him. Do you know how difficult that was for him to tell him? The man is going to have to threaten him in order for him to tell him. Read on, please.
On that day I will fulfill again 12, against Eli all that I have spoken concerning his house from beginning to end. 13, I declare to him that I am about to punish his house forever for the iniquity that he knew, because his sons were blaspheming the Most High, and he did not restrain them.
He did not what?
Restrain them.
So if you got sons today, and if you got daughters, the daughters part I'm going to add. But if you got sons and daughters today that are not doing righteously before the Almighty, and you don't do what you got to do to get them in order, to do everything in your power to get them in righteousness, the Most High can hold you accountable for their actions. He can punish you for what they're doing. And a lot of us don't understand that. What Aim say? Innate in the word husband is to protect and safeguard, not only physically, but also spiritually and emotionally. Protection even from yourself. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah. Husband is the caregiver. That's right. And if he see you, if the husband of the field see a weed coming up eating a tree, he'll just either kill that weed or move the tree or move the plant. It's your job as a husband to run your household in a fashion that's modeled after the Almighty. So therefore, if your children, who are those plants, are out of order, it's your job to correct them. And this lesson brings back so much in my own mind of things that I have to do to my own house. A lot of females who have daughters want to be their daughters' friends and don't want their daughters disliking them. So they let their daughters get away with all kinds of abominations, and their daughters just come back and lie to them and tell them whatever they want to tell them. Oh, I didn't do, no, mom. Oh, no, Iman, no. Oh, no, he didn't do that to me. No. Why would you suggest that, Iman? All the evidence is right there in her face, but yet she turns a blind eye to it, as if it's true what her daughter is saying to her. And she knows it's not true. In her soul, she knows it's not true, but she don't want to face the reality that her daughter could be that way. And a lot of males are the same way with their boys. Well, my son told me he didn't do it, so I believe my son. Well, my daughter's saying that he did. And my daughter said that it happened I know my son wasn't home that night, but still, he didn't do it because he said he didn't do it. Come on, bro. Sit down, have that meeting, have that conversation. Let the truth come out. Pray to the Almighty for the truth before it happens. It didn't go down. Now he changes his whole story. The son changed his whole story. Yeah, I was there, but see, it didn't go like that. Well, just a minute ago, son, you told me you wasn't there. You told me you had nothing to do with that. The young lady said you did. Now, in righteousness, how do you handle that? Read on, please.
14, therefore I swear to the house of Eli that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be atoned for by sacrifice or offering forever.
Watch this, y'all. Watch this. This iniquity of Eli's house shall not be atoned for. There will be no kifar for his iniquity. Kifar is the abbreviation, the root form of kifarim. Kifarim means house of atonements. There will be no atonement for the iniquities of the sons of Eli. There will be no kifar. You say temple kifarim, you're saying the Most High's house of atonement. But people don't understand why they're here. Read on, please.
15, Shemuel lay until morning. Then he opened the doors of the house of the Most High, and Shemuel was afraid to tell the vision to Eli.
He was afraid. Eli going to threaten him. And watch what happens.
But Eli called Shemuel and said, Shemuel, my son. And he said, here I am. Eli said, what is it that he told you? Do not hide it from me. May the Most High do so to you, and more also, if you hide anything from me of all that he told you.
That's what he said to his children. But see, Eli was working with Shamuel. Shamuel had a pure essence. We can always talk differently to those who are of the Most High than we do those who are not. We don't.
18. So Shemuel told him everything and hid nothing from him. And he said, it is the Most High. Let him do what seems to be good to him.
I love that answer right there. He said, it is of the Most High. Let the Most High do what he sees fit to do. And not a lot of people do that today in our lives. You know what we do? We feel like the Most High is not moving fast enough for us. We feel like the Most High is not answering us. Instead of accepting that the Most High ain't going to answer you till he ready, if he answers at all, we go out and do what we want to do. I did that before too. Man, I asked the Creator about a female. I said, Creator, can I have this young lady right here? Can I be with her? Is it okay with you? I asked the Creator about it. 2 weeks went by. I never got an answer yet. 3 weeks went by. I ain't getting no answer. So I said, he must be all right with him then. I'm serious. I'm being honest with you. And I always would. I ain't even got to tell y'all that because y'all know I'm going to be honest. I don't lie to y'all or most people. So I said, Creator, can I be with this young lady? I don't like this young lady. She's nice, you know, lusting in my demon spirit. Didn't know. So I'm like, can I have this woman? 3 weeks went by and the Most High never answered me. On the 4th week, I went and said, he must be, I'm justifying in my own mind. Why am I telling y'all this? So that you don't make the same mistakes that I made. I said, oh, it must be all right with the Most High because he ain't say no. So I'm going to go and I'm going to be with the woman. Man, that was one of the worst mistakes I ever made. That relationship lasted like 3.5 years and it was all hell. Hell! Horrible relationship. And I was a grown man married to this chick. We got married, but man, it was hell. It was hell. That relationship was so much hell. After I got divorced from that woman, I had to go on a fast for a whole year. That's how bad it was. So a lot of times we go into our own minds when the Most High is not answering us the way we want him to answer us or in the time frame that we want for him to answer us, that we go into our own mind and justify our wicked behavior. I should have never been with that woman, ever. First of all, she didn't meet my quality of a woman, my standards of how I like for women to be. She didn't meet it. I made exceptions. I failed. And I suffered for it. And I'm still suffering for it today. A mistake that I made 7 years ago, I'm still suffering for it today. As a result of me leaning on my own understanding as opposed to waiting on the Creator to respond and answer me. So I ask of you, family, I submit to you today, learn to be patient and wait for the Almighty to give you direction and instruction specifically in the things that you request of him. Because once you do that, his response, his answer will be pure, direct, and the best thing for you to do. But when you lean on your understanding, lean on your own understanding, think you know what the Most High is trying to say, and he didn't say it, believe me, you're going to suffer. You're going to pay the price. Believe me. And don't get it in your mind, well, this is what the Most High said. The Most High said I could do this. Don't get it in your mind if you don't know how the Most High speaks to you. Because you'll get somebody else's message that you're supposed to give to somebody else. You'll get that mixed up and think that's the Creator talking to you. And he ain't talking to you. He told you in your dream that you were sitting down talking to Abba, having a conversation with Abba. And you told Abba something. And you saying in your interpretation, but that's what I asked the Creator for. So that must be my understanding. But he don't talk to you in dreams and visions. He talked to you, to other people, or through signs, or through numbers, or colors. That's how the Most High speak with you. But in your mind, because your desires was built up, and you wanted that thing, you took somebody else's message, and try to internalize it and say it was yours. So that must be the Creator talking to me, but that's not how he talks to you, and you know that. Read on, please. Let's get it.
And Shemuel grew, and the Most High was with him, and let none of his words fall to the ground. And all
Shemuel grew. This is that 40-year period that I was talking to y'all about. And he ain't let none of the words of the Most High fall to the ground. That's how the Most High knew that Shemuel was the one. Read on, please.
And all Israel from Dan to Beersheba knew that Shemuel was established as a prophet of the Most High.
How did they know that Shemuel was a prophet, established prophet in the land of Israel? Because of his actions, because of what he did. He didn't just say, I'm a prophet of the Creator, and then doesn't perform any prophecies. If you stand on and say that you're a prophet of the Almighty, you better bring forth some prophecy. And I'm not talking about no prophecy that you see that's going to happen 30 or 40 years from now. Bring forth a prophecy that's going to happen today, so that the people hearing you will know that you are truly a prophet of the Almighty, because we're in desperate need of some prophets. Believe me. You know, I'm one who don't argue with people. When they say I'm this and I'm that, you're not going to get an argument out of me. But I want to see you live the lifestyle. And I want to see you bring forth and manifest that which you say that you are. Bring it forth. And if you say to me that you're a Levite and you out in the corners drunk and running around smacking women, hitting women, all these different women, and you got, it's going to be hard for me to believe that you're a Levite. And you wrapped up in idolatry and all those other things, but yet you say you're a Levite. It's hard for me to accept that. You say you're a prophet of the Almighty, but yet you're not prophesying. If you thought you were a prophet, then just keep on thinking it until the time comes that the Most High starts revealing to you prophecy. And once he starts revealing to you prophecy, please run to me, because I need to hear them. Even if it's prophecies that you don't understand, run to me and tell me about them, because I love to hear them. Because you might not even know what you're prophesying of. May the Most High be praised. Read on, please.
21. And the Most High appeared again at Shiloh. The Most High revealed himself to Shemuel at Shiloh by the word of the Most High.
Now, I want y'all to know that the word of the Most High is an actual entity. It's a spirit. It's an essence. The word of the Most High came to all of the prophets of the Most High, but not Moses. Moses dealt with a different servant of the Creator. All of the prophets heard the word of the Most High, or that servant of the Most High. So Shemuel, as great as a prophet as he is, he's still dealing with the word of the Most High. That's the intercessor between him and the Most High, him and the Creator. He dealt with him. That messenger was called the Word. But Moshe, when you read the story of Moshe, it wasn't the word of the Most High that came to him. He didn't deal with the word. That was a different servant, different prophet, different messenger, different malak. Read on, please.
Chapter 4.
We don't have time. We'll do chapter 4 next week. Because if we get into chapter 4, let me see how many verses it is. I want to go all the way down to all these things was fulfilled. But, you know, Prince talk a lot. He has to explain so much. And chapter 4 is a lot longer. So at the end of the day, at the 4 o'clock class, we'll finish up with chapter 4. So let's remember where we at. 1 Samuel chapter 4 and 1. So at this time, family, we're going to read some of the comments and we're going to take questions. If anybody have any questions, now is the time to present them. If you would like to tell us what you got from the lesson, now will be time to tell us what you got from the lesson. Anyone who would like to go first? Hey, listen, y'all ain't got to be afraid to talk.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Prophet Samuel the one that was also a king and then didn't like King David, or am I thinking of someone else?
That's very easy for you to make that mistake when you think about the first two letters of the name. Samuel and Saul sound similar, but Saul was the king that did that.
Saul, okay.
Samuel was a prophet who reigned as a king prophet over the people, but he wasn't a king in the essence of a king. He was a prophet. Remember what I told you all about how the high priest sat in the king's position, which means he orchestrated and told and governed the people? That's how he was king, but he wasn't a king officially. The people are going to reject Samuel. It's just like I said, any righteous man that walks in the ways of the Almighty, people reject them. They rejected Samuel because Samuel has some wicked sons. So they didn't want his sons to reign over them after Samuel left. So they rejected Samuel and told Samuel, we want a king. But Samuel went to the Most High and said, Creator, the people rejected me from ruling over them. The Creator tells him, they're not rejecting you, Samuel. They're rejecting me. Anybody who stands in a position of righteousness, who reminds people of their evil actions, evil people will reject those individuals. They don't invite them to the parties. They won't invite them to the feasts. They don't want them at none of the events. And it's because when those type of people show up, evil people have to conduct themselves a certain way, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to put up that front while they're out enjoying themselves and having fun and being who they naturally are. But when those servants of the Most High come into place, like Samuel, when he come to the town, people had to get their act together. They don't like that. So yes, you're talking about King Saul.
Okay, King Todoraba. And one more question about King Saul as well. Since I had that mixed up, since he was a king, was he also he was also considered King Saul? He was also considered anointed, right?
Yes, all kings are anointed.
All kings are anointed. Okay. Todoraba.
And the funny thing, Saul was also mentioned as being a prophet. Saul prophesied when he first got his ordainedship to be king.
Oh, no, maybe that's probably why I got it mixed up too. Okay.
May the Most High be praised.
I got a comment.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lesson in regards to Shemuel. It's probably one of my favorite prophets. And the thing that stick out to me with him not knowing, and I'm glad you had touched on how so many people, like in Christianity, people in our community, we think that we know due to us just having knowledge. But if we really pay attention to Shemuel, it was a practice that was preparing him for that position. And it wasn't just a practice of doing the work. It was a practice spiritually, mentally. Had to be mentally prepared to deal with the people as well. And even at that point, before that point completely, he did not know him technically. So it's like, as you brought out, how are we saying that we know?
Mm-hmm.
When we're not practicing what it is we're supposed to be doing faithfully, dedicated wise, as far as action and also in thought. Because it's people practice it in action, but their thoughts is so deep. You know, I know you could have touched on a lot more, but the time restraint, but it's deep, and it should make us think. You know, it should make us think. I'll stop there because this isn't my lesson, but that's one of my favorite stories, you know, to bring out. So told for bringing that story out.
You're absolutely right. And that's why so many times I kept saying this physical appearance. And he was in the house. He was right there ministering to the Creator, talking his talk, doing what he's doing, ministering through his actions to the Most High, but did not know him. So how could we think, for the majority, how do we just so think we know the Most High? That we represent the Most High? We quick to say, I'm a servant of the Creator. But how often do you hear the Creator say, you're his servant? Because that's a difference. We can always say, I know the Most High. But how often did you hear the Most High say, you know me? That's the difference. And that's not often, almost never for a lot of people. How many people do you know that sit in a position like this that the Most High has put the stamp of approval on and said, that's my servant, that's my elect, that's my anointed? How many people do you know that has that type of authority in the kingdom of heaven? Not many, if almost none. But we're quick to say, I'm a servant of the Most High. I'm a prophet or I'm a priest of the Most High. How many people do you know that you yourself feel is somebody special in the sight of the Creator, that you go to them and say, hey, bro, I think you're a priest. I do, man. I really do. I honestly, in my soul, think you're a priest. I think you're a prophet. How many people have you ever had come to you and say something like that about you? Not you, Nasik. We already know you. How many people have had something like that happen to them? He's sitting there smiling. Tell me, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, bro. You ain't got to ask. But how many people have you had come to you and tell you something about yourself that you wasn't aware of, or that you in your humble state didn't even pay no attention to? That will let you know if you stand out from the rest. Because if you just like everybody else, most people just accept you for who you are. And they don't fear you in no type of way. They don't put no separation between you and them at all. Because when they get drunk, you getting drunk. When they get high, you getting high. When they out committing all type of fornication, you out committing all types of fornication. Therefore, you're just like them. But when you rise above that, people seem to put a distinction between you and them. And I'm talking male and female. So a lot of you women, if people are always inviting you to their events and everything that they do, and then when you get there, they acting a fool, they forget they even Hebrew, forget they're Israel, then that says a lot about you. But if you ones that people say don't come, don't be a part of, then just be honored that they feel that way about you. Go ahead, we're going to move on. Are there any other questions? Any other comments?
I would like to say first, Prince, that was a great presentation. It was a phenomenal lesson, and it brought out so much. And you know, it's one thought about a saying that I've heard, used to hear years ago. They said, you can always tell. I mean, they said it like concerning preachers. They say, but you can always tell when there was a good word or it's good preaching when it inspires you to preach or to bring forth a word. So there was a lot that was brought out. There was a lot of, man, there was a lot in this lesson. And like I said, if you had the time, you to just continue to tear it up. But Torah for breaking down and making it plain what it means to be in a place to hear the voice of the Creator, first even get to know Him. And one of the things that I'm seeing, even as you brought the lesson forth, that with Shemuel, that his I would say his posture, he was always, in spite of everything that was going on in the presence of the temple, as he served in the temple before the priest and before Eli. That means he was also a witness of all the garbage that was taking place, but yet he did not bend to it, and yet he still stood in attendance. It did not sway his faith or his belief in the Creator, and make him follow suit in the things that they were doing. Because, like I say, these things were, I mean, he saw what was going on. He was there. He was present. And so every time you see, the lesson would bring forth everything that Eli's sons were doing, it would always bring out that Shemuel was attending, or he was serving, or he was standing. He was always in the presence. And something that I'm seeing is that there's a precedent there, that when getting to or coming to the place where you can learn the voice of the Most High, that when you're in place, you're in exactly just that, in place for the Most High to be able to speak to you. We see that right here where he introduced himself to Shemuel. We see it with Moshe, when Moshe put himself in the place and got to where he could hear the Creator. The Creator said, okay, now it's time for me to introduce myself unto him. And so everyone we see that precedence, that where before they came to the place to where they knew the voice of the Most High, that they had to be in position to hear them. And that's when the Most High would make his announcement or make his introduction to them. And then when they did hear, and it was made clarified to them, whether it had to be in a bush, whether it had to be through a prophet who knew the voice, but his, not only were his eyes dim, but his hearing had gotten dull. But he did retain enough in his ruach to know that when the Creator was speaking to Shemuel, he said, okay, wait. It took him 3 times. It took him 3 times. You say 3 strikes, you're out. But it took him 3 times to acknowledge, say, wait. Okay, you know that I wasn't calling you. And if you hear him, we ain't got no booger man in here. So the only other person that could be speaking to you would be the Creator. And he knew the voice, and his ears had gotten as dull as his eyes, but he recognized that. But it was too little too late, because as you said, and I love how you brought that out, that he allowed all these things to go on because the Creator was building all along, because he not only just simply has farming, he's omniscient, he knows everything. And so it's not like anything slipped by him. This was not a plan B. This was not something that he conscripted later. This was like part of his plan all along, because he knows us, he loves us, and he gives us time. In his mercy, he gives us time to come back to him and to hear him. But when we don't, he already knows, I'm going to put this in place. But still in his love, he still gave them that time. And because he made the promise. And then again, it's phenomenal, all the different points that you hit, how he brought out. And he said, but I told you this is going to be a promise to you, but you forfeited. You reneged on your part of the contract. Therefore, since you breached it, then here's the new agreement. And so you did a phenomenal job bringing that forth. So Torah Rabbah, and I yield.
May the Most High be praised. Torah Rabbah.
Can I say something? I got a question for you, and really quickly. It makes you wonder, what if Eli would have did what David did?
Which was what? Humbled himself before the Creator?
Right then and there.
Then he probably would have saved his life, but his children had to go.
The children would have been gone. But yeah, it's like, wow. Yeah.
Remember, Eli was 90 years old, though. He was like 90 years old.
He lived a long life. Yeah. He lived a long life.
So he had mercy.
Mm-hmm.
But Iman, you had something you wanted to say?
I had put it in the comments.
That wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I was just saying that the lesson today definitely was a reminder on so many ways of standing firm with yourself, your children, your family, just with whatever you know is to be right. And just understanding that when you're out there, whether it's like right outside your door, wherever it is, even with your children, but people are watching you whether you think it or not. And your actions, speak loud, and so do your words. People hear that. And so it made me think about Nasika, Muna, and I were at the football practice the other day. That 2 of our young children who attend our school are playing football with the local community out here. And it was like, as soon as I felt it, I don't know if she did, but I felt it as soon as we got there and was walking across the field, it was like, it just got quiet. And I was just like, they always, like, whenever we come, it's like this whole like, oh, let's see what they're about type thing. And so, we walked over and, we was greeting people that we knew, or we knew like 2 people over there. But then an elder was standing there and she was like, oh, hi. And, like she was waiting for us to get there to talk to us. And she even said it in so many words, she was just like, yeah, I saw you speaking yesterday at the meeting. And I just wanted to say how everything you said was so correct and intelligent. And she said, and they keep telling me not to talk to y'all Israelites. And I was like, oh, okay. She said, but y'all, if y'all believe in the creator, well, she didn't say the creator, then she said, then she said, shoot, I do too. And I don't have a problem with it. She said, I'm just trying to tell them, you don't know what they're about. And so, we just had this long talk. But anyway, it all brought this whole, not just that situation, but other situations, of course. But it reminded me of that, of how we have to be the light. We have to walk in who we are, no matter where we're going. Because even if it offends people, even if it offends some people respect it. And some people are going to inquire about it. And you have to be ready to answer those questions. And I think that's the biggest thing. People are going to ask questions. People are going to want to know what you represent, why you represent it, and how. And you have to, in so many ways, lead by example, by how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, and stand in that, no matter, how people may feel about it. But it was just confirmation with her words that they're continuously going to talk about us, but it's our job, to show them who we are, no matter what they think we are or who they think we are. And I don't mean it in an aggressive manner either, but just being present at things like this and going out into the community and talking to people allows them to see us in a different way and to want to engage with us as well.
All right. May the Most High be praised. May the Most High be praised. Yes, people are always watching, and that gives you the opportunity to bring some souls back to the Most High. Drop a jewel. Don't put nothing overbearing on them, but drop a jewel every opportunity you get. Speak with wisdom and speak words that's going to plant seeds so that they can go get their own ideal and return back to this king. May the Most High be praised. Is there anyone else? Any other questions or comments? We're going to take one more, maybe two.
Aim Katel has a comment. She said, Elder Mattathias, you pulled those words right out of my thoughts. Shemuel was raised in a temple of loud distractions. Therefore, the Most High could not be heard by anyone at the right time.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbi. Very good point. Plus, a lot of the spirits around him was wicked. So she's right. She's absolutely on point with that. So one more. We got one more.
I want to say something too. That point she just made, it kind of makes you think, because we've had people that we ran into, maybe even people on here that will say things like, it's a lot of wickedness in Israel, which I agree with, and they couldn't find someone amongst them. But this example that Aim Katel just brought out through the most throughout, he was present in the midst of all that. It's always at least one. We can find, but are you looking? Are you looking for that righteous person to build you up or answer whatever questions you're looking for? It's someone present. It's one person present. And that's just my take. It could be at least one person.
He was able to reveal himself to the chosen one. Absolutely. Get down there before we close the screen. Toda Rabbi. May the Most High be praised. All right, family, it's now that 2:00 hour. We're going to close out this portion of our class, and we're going to pick up the second half of class today at 4:00. All right, we're going to pick up the second half of the class today at 4:00. 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 1. May the Most High be praised. Thank you all for coming out and spending your portion of your day with us. Im Yotze Yotzer, you'll come back and spend the second half of your portion of your day with us. May the Most High be praised from everlasting to everlasting. Shabbat Shalom Aleichem.